Oh, we live up in here. I hit the go live button and then forgot to start talking. But we in here. We are in here getting things started, still dotting I's, crossing T's. Yeah, no, I ain't never ready. Never ready, never scared. But we are in here. We are in here getting these things going. Shout out to each and every one of you. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. I'm going to be trying, emphasis on trying to get my show started a little earlier. I don't know if I'll go back to that 9 o'clock start time that I used to do, that 9 a.m. start time. I may, emphasis on may get there, but bare minimum, bare minimum, I'm going to try to stick to the 10 a.m. I've been starting a little too late. I don't like to do that. I'm going to lose my morning show status. Going to lose my morning show status if I don't start starting this thing a little a little sooner, but I'm still dotting I's, crossing T's. We're about to get this thing started, so let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to go. Let's see, we got 35 people in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Let's get ready to go. Let's get.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's going on? What's going on? What's up, good people? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Appreciate each and every one of y'all in the building. I see 60 people, 61 people in the building. Before we even get things started here, I would definitely greatly appreciate it if each and every one of you hit the like button. Hit the like button. Get us started off right. Shout out to the early bird squads, those that make it in bright and early before we make it in, and drop a comment before we even get things going. Appreciate each and every one of you. E Capone in the building. He says, big up fresh. Shout out to you. J3 in the building says, welcome back to YouTube. And what do you mean welcome back to YouTube? Damn it. I didn't go on Monday. I was on Tuesday, Wednesday. I didn't go on Thursday. And now today is Friday. How was that a welcome back? Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for, yeah, I mean, Shout out to KD, one of the biggest supporters of this space. One of the biggest supporters of this space. Shout out to him. Definitely greatly appreciate that, brother. E Capone in the building, always dropping the Got 5 on it. I don't even play the clips because they kind of got old to me. I'm trying to revamp things. I got the stream deck thing that everybody else used that I was about to pick it up and show y'all, but it's connected to some wires, so I can't. But I got the little thing. I got to figure out how to use it. I basically got the same thing that Kevin Samuels and Myron be using, but I don't know how to use it. So I'm trying to figure that out. For some reason, it don't work. It's a software thing. I think you got to run StreamYard through OBS. Yeah, I don't care about all that, so I ain't gonna bore y'all with it. But anyway, shout out to everybody in the building. But because you said I got 5 on it, I got to play the clip. Body Thug in the building. Shout out to you. Risen in the building. Says Bernard Eden. Let's go. Hashtag protect fresh and fit at all costs. I disagree with that statement. I don't think anybody should be protected at all cost. I don't agree with that statement, protecting people at all costs. No, somebody can do something to make you withdraw the support. But here's the catch. See, here's the catch with me that a lot of people in this space don't quite get. Okay. Shout out to the late great David Carroll. You could just stay out of somebody's way if you got a problem with something that they're doing or saying. You could just be like, okay, he over there on that stuff. I'm about to be over here on my stuff. I'm done. That's it. But that going at each other, man, listen. I can't tell the grown man what to do. But that going at each other got to stop. And yeah, I got Tommy in the thumbnail. And yes, I'm supporting Tommy. Right now look. I'm gonna get into it. But he gave an epic performance. Not when they had all the girls on there. That was just funny. But when it was just Fresh and Fit and Tommy, just the 3 of them, he gave one of the best interviews ever. If not it was the best one I've seen. Other people said that Saint and the Sinner's interview was up there with it. I forgot who else was the other person they said who was up there, but that was the best one that I saw. I even saw some of Saint and the Sinner, but yeah, Tommy Sotomayor definitely killed it, knocked it out the park, and I'm going to talk about why. I'm going to get into why it's important. All right, I'm going to get into why it's important because Tommy Sotomayor has been canceled on top of canceled on top of canceled. I had to fight back. I don't even know if he still got his 300,000 sub platform. I know he used to have 300,000 subs on a platform. It probably got that thing probably got 3.5 strikes. So he probably just shut it down for now because he probably can't go live on. Who knows what the issue is? But I know he always had to start over or dig up one of his smaller platforms and start regrowing that one again. He's the most canceled person on YouTube. Now here we are with Fresh and Fit who just got into some stuff where they was they was getting canceled on the same type of stuff that Tommy Sotomayor has been getting canceled on. Okay, they stood in it. they stood in the eye of that storm. They had the mainstream media on them even bigger than what Tommy probably ever had on them. But they stood in it. They channel still there. They still standing. And to basically to rub it in the nose, everybody that want to cancel them, they're going to bring in Mr. Canceled on their show. and we about to y'all trying to cancel us because y'all don't like what we said about black women. I'm about to bring on the biggest the biggest offender when it comes to that. So that's why I'm saying that was epic. It was epic for, even though a lot of people got their reasons. A lot of people got their reasons they don't like Tommy Sotomayor. A lot of people got their reasons they don't like Fresh and Fit. Some valid, some not. All right. Some of it people be tripping, some of it people be hating, some of it is legitimate criticism, but most of it is some nonsense. Most of it is some nonsense, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. And that's just where I'm at with it. And I've said that from the start. There are things they did that they could get called out on, that they can accurately get called out on. There are some things. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But overall, no. A lot of people, a lot of men who in this space, a lot of men who wear the title of manosphere be piling in with the sisterhood, making the same sisterhood arguments against Fresh and Fit. It's like or against Tommy Sotomayor is weird. It's weird. And Tommy go at people too, so he ain't innocent. He ain't innocent. But we're going back to that comment. I'm on a pre-rant ramble here. That protect somebody at all costs. No. I don't pick up sword and shield to protect nobody at all costs. I try to give fair, objective analysis. Try to shoot it straight, right down the center of the plate. Try to shoot it straight right down the center of the plate. That's what I do. That's what I do. Try to give good, objective analysis. Alpha male honesty in the building with the $10 super chat. He says, "Good morning, Bernard," and hit that like button as you come in. People, time for me to start my work day, and will continue to listen in. Salute, black man. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's been a number of attempts. Thank you, Alpha male honesty, by the way. AKA Tobias. Shout out to you. Shout out to Dapper Gents in the building with the $20 super chat. Out to Dapper Gents in the building. Do appreciate you coming through, supporting the stream. Also, shout out to Nigerian Flex. Says, "Happy Friday, fellas. Happy Friday to you as well." Get out of there, Kaya, dude. Get out of there. She says, "I'm cool with the rest. Fab and Fit need to be canceled." No, they don't. No, they don't. I don't even know how you could say. See, and that's the thing that don't make sense. Now, I understand you being a woman, you're doing it because you're a woman, and women do stuff like that. Women will just be illogical and stand in it. But explain to me, by what standard do Fresh and Fit need to be canceled, and somebody else, like, I don't know, I could just pull a random name out of a hat. I could pull a random name out of a hat. Angry Man. He's I'm paraphrasing, but his mission in life is to drag the strag. Okay, how does his drag the strag differentiate from Fresh and Fit calling them Shaquitas and Shaquandas or whatever they called them, and saying that they don't what do they say, dabble? No, they don't do they're not night riders or whatever. Even though, yeah, that Knight Rider comment, it does sound like something that a non-black person would say about black people. I get it. But overall, how do you pick one name out of a hat that criticizes black women for all their flaws, inside out, upside down, you name it? no matter how you smack it up, flip it, or rub it down, anything that they could possibly, anything that black women have possibly done wrong, Angry Man has accurately, precisely, surgically picked it apart, ran a fine-tooth comb through it. So how could you say, I'm cool with everybody else, but Fresh and Fit need to be canceled? Okay, what was it specifically about them that make you say cancel them? But I'm just picking a random name when I say Angry Man, but Angry Man cool, or I'm cool, or BGS is cool, or Obsidian is cool, or Kevin Samuels is cool. Like, what? Like, where are you drawing that distinction? I don't see the distinction. I don't. Marquise 912 in the building. He says the last show was fire. Fresh and Fit make content for men who win and men with potential. The haters are okay. There you go with the same stuff. The haters are incels who can't even get one girl on their platform. You're doing the same. So just like people say that people be saying Fresh and Fit is incel, they make incel content. Their audience is a bunch of basement dwelling incels who can't get no girls, and so they're living vicariously through Fresh and Fit and watching them get revenge on the girls that rejected them. Like you're making you're going that same route. You're legit going that same route. I mean, come on. But appreciate your super chat though. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate each and every one of you. when they called women damn night riders. Yeah, that's not a cancelable offense, but that was one where I was like, come on, like black folks don't talk like that. The whole thing about them really not being black, they ain't no real brothers. I mean, yeah, they didn't sound. That's something that a non-black person would say. I mean, that part is true. That part is true. It was cringy. It was cringy, but not a cancelable offense. No. But I get the sisters. I get the sisters have feeling some type of way about it. I do. And and keep in mind, I support women in this spaces, that got wrenches on my channel with some female content creators who I will collab with. Hey, I'm going to be collabing with one on her channel pretty soon. I'm going to be an ensemble cast over there. I don't want to formally announce it because she haven't announced it, but I will. The teaser trailer, I know me and Obsidian would be over there with with some women on their platform, with the woman on her platform, and it's I believe 2 other female invited guests. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know after she puts it out there. After she puts it out there, I'll let y'all know more about it. But I'm okay and I'm good with women in this space. But one of the problems with it is that some dudes have a tendency to just follow what women are doing. They have that tendency. And then so women being in this space, and yes, a lot of them do speak up for men. A lot of them do generally be on the side of men in these type of conversations. A lot of them do. A lot of the women who are in this space. But there are certain areas where they're not gonna go, where they're gonna draw a line. They're gonna draw a line on that Knight Rider comment. They are. So it's a lot of women who draw a hard line on against Fresh and Fit. And then what happens is a lot of dudes start following. So that means the balls out, say what's on your mind, black men speaking their mind, stand on your square element of the manosphere can get watered down. It can. So that is one thing. That is one thing that I've noticed, that I've been observing, that I've been peeping out. But shout out to my man Black Wolf Inc. in the building. Shout out to Black Wolf Inc. Where we at? Got Black Wolf Inc. in the building. Says, salute, Captain. Did you get my last email? No, I didn't. Also, calling girls night riders mean non-black women smashes ninjas by preference. Calling girls night riders. I'm sorry. Calling girls night riders means yeah. They called the non-black women who mess with black dudes. They call them night riders. I get it. Yeah. I mean, they joke. I mean, listen. Nobody's above reproach. Nobody's above a joke. It like we gotta stand on that. And I don't like in this space how it turns into a situation where men, even if you don't like the person, you have to respect the fact that they're saying what they're saying. They shouldn't be canceled for. We can't become a part of cancel culture. We can't do that. I love that when certain individuals try to put out a petition against Cynthia G. I love that it got very little support. I love that the Black manosphere, by and large, didn't support it. I don't like what she's saying. I firmly disagree with what she's saying, but freedom of speech is about protecting the speech that you disagree with, that you don't want to hear. Those are just the rules of the game. Now, YouTube being the public platform that they are, I mean, if it's a public platform, but it's still technically privately owned, where somebody with vague with vague details on what they will cancel and what they won't, and who they will take down and who they won't take down. If YouTube want to do it, YouTube is free to do it. That just is what it is. It's on YouTube. This is YouTube's platform. The people that make the decisions are the ones who can decide to take a chick off the air if she's saying some crazy stuff, just like they take men off the air when they say crazy stuff. People get canceled all the time. Actually, YouTube canceled Cynthia G before, when she was going in talking about, I don't even want to repeat what she was saying, but she used to go in hard on white folk, WS, the supremacy of those that are white. I'm trying not to even mess up my algorithm this early in the show. But y'all know what I'm saying. She used to be calling them all kind of albinoid, all kind of stuff. She'd say, you name it, she said it about them, and her channel got shut down. So YouTube has jumped in and canceled her before. But far as men who believe in free speech leading the charge to do that, I disagree with that. So I'm of the stance that nobody should get canceled. Nobody should get canceled. Now, it gets tricky because, well, not tricky, when Fresh and Fit are under attack and under review and potentially about to get canceled. And keep in mind, they did their own little censorship thing too, where they were wrong on the merits. They went after people. They went after people that did videos against them, but legally, what they were doing didn't line up, because everybody who went after them, it pretty much fell under fair use. So they weren't on solid grounds trying to do that. So somebody could argue that they did their own rendition of it. I'm trying to call for a complete and 100% ceasefire of that type of thing. It needs not get done. You don't try to cancel people. But the sisterhood has a long-standing reputation of doing that. They have a long-standing reputation of doing that. So that's why I loved that when Fresh and Fit had the mainstream media on them through and through 100%. 100%. Mainstream media, everybody covering it. Everybody going after them over some goofy stuff. When Agent Dial came on their platform, was rude and was, interrupting and said, I don't give a fuck. She just basically just going off. She clowning. Okay. They trying to get her to be quiet, and she just kept talking and kept going and kept going. And then they said she could leave, and then the goon stepped in. Nah, she ain't got to leave, and blah, 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 whatever. That whole thing happened. And then she walked off after Myron gave up and decided not to kick her off. Okay, I'm going to walk off. That's how you know somebody is just really on some bull, where they're being disruptive to the point to where they get kicked off, refuse to leave. Then when the person say, no, you can stay. Well, fine, I'm leaving anyway. That's how you know you're dealing with somebody who's not an honest, a good actor in the equation. That's how you know you're dealing with somebody who's not a good actor, who's a bad actor in this situation. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. And so that happened. Okay. That happened, and everybody dug through the archives. Let's try to find anything they ever said bad about black women and try to relate that to the Asian Dial thing somehow. So they did that. And then now the mainstream media, people from all over who don't even talk about Fresh and Fit. We didn't even know they knew they exist. They all going after Fresh and Fit big time. And they withstood it. And that's good. Because if a platform as big as theirs and controversial as theirs can withstand it, we know we all can withstand it. And then they put the cherry on top by saying, we're going to get the king of controversy, Tommy Sotomayor, the person who y'all been successfully canceling, successfully taking down, successfully deplatforming him all this time. We're going to bring him on. So that's why, yes, even if you don't like Tommy Sotomayor, even if you don't like Fresh and Fit, if you care about black male media, or in Myron's case, blackish male media, but I got to get the little drum hit, because a lot of people questioning his blackness, which I know how we roll in America. If you look black, you're black. We let Rachel Dolezal, was she the head of the NAACP? She just a white girl who when white people perm their straight hair, it get curly. When we perm our curly and kinky hair, it gets straight. So she just permed her hair, made her hair curly, and said she was black. And the NAACP ran with it. So clearly in this country, per our current rules and how we operate. If you look black, you black. Let's not play stupid. Let's not play stupid with that one in this country. If you look black, you black. That's how it has always been. Now, if we want to get some, if we want to put somebody at the door to judge who, if now we want to finally put somebody at the door, then fine, okay. Myron might not make the cut, but based off previous rules, all you had to do was be melanated and get a taper. All you had to do is be slightly melanated and get a taper. Shout out to Jesse. What's that dude name? That dude name who we didn't know was black until he told us. When he made some little statement at the BET Awards, I forgot his name. He was on one of them Shonda Rhimes shows, you know. So if now we want to put somebody at the door to check who we let in is black, then fine, okay, but let's not pretend like based off the previous rules that Myron didn't make the cut. If we let a whole white woman make the cut, a whole full-blooded white woman made the cut. But no. I mean, if he grew his hair and his beard out, he'll look like Osama bin Laden nephew. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But per our previous way of operating, he was in. He was under the tent. Quit fronting. I would have led him to the cookout until he said that. So don't even front. But we got Marquise in here responding to the incel comment. He said an incel is someone who can't get relation or sex, no matter what they do, whether it's money or looks. If you can get it, you're not an incel. Okay, that contradicts your statement because you were saying that content creators that hate on them are incels. So are you saying content creators who hate on Fresh and Fit, are they some way, somehow not able to get sex? Like, that's an unsubstantiated claim. That's a very unsubstantiated claim. Like, that's what I'm talking about, man. Come on. Appreciate the super chats, but do better. A story to tell in the building says she is cool with the rest until she's not. Woo, get out of there. Because I like Kaidu. She cool people. Kaidu cool people. And then we are canceled as well. But I think you make a true statement. Yeah, they cool with you till they not cool with you. Then it's all guns blazing. Yeah, can't argue with that statement. Shout out to Edward Anderson, doing good work. He revamping his channel. Ed doing actual content, edited videos. It ain't just a rant box no more. He actually, doing YouTube the right way. He doing YouTube the right way over there. Shout out to Edward Anderson. Check out his pre-recorded videos that help with the algorithm, that help channels grow. So make sure y'all go over there and show Edward Anderson some love. He definitely putting in work. I'm promoting what you're doing because I know how long it take to edit videos. And I know the only reason that I'm not doing what I've been said I was going to do, and that's drop like at least 2 pre-recorded edited videos per day. The only reason I can't commit to doing that is because it's just too much damn work. It just is. And I shouldn't be like that. I should be able to bang it out and get it done. But it's a lot of work. But shout out to who we got down here. We got Uncle Stu, the old man on the block, coming through, dropping 5 on it. Do appreciate you coming through. Appreciate each and every one of you. Now the thing that I talk about, yeah, he said Ed to 5K. Absolutely. He deserve it. He says your show. He says you show your face, so that minimizes editing time. Yeah, but I mean, okay, I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but I was trying to do something similar to what O'Shea is doing. So that's, that take a lot of editing. But you are right that if I just do a pre-recorded video where I spend most of the time on camera talking, the only thing I got to edit out is if I say something goofy or make a mistake or something like that. So yeah, but no, you are right. That's how I'm actually going to get it done. Is can't be like O'Shea because that's just too much. That's time consuming. It'd have to be like more like mediocre tutorials and reviews. But all right, let me show y'all something, because I'm talking about this whole oh yeah, oh I know. I had a team, or I had a guy that I had to, I let him go because I figured out how to make my own thumbnails, make them look cool, and I figured out how to do my own editing, and so I let him go. But then I didn't keep up the work rate, and my channel probably suffered because of that. But yeah, but no, I had somebody that I had a de facto team myself. Okay, you keep coming back. You keep coming back. Marquise 912 in the building. He says 80% of men are not having relations. Can you substantiate that claim? Okay, you said on a regular basis. Okay, I can almost rock with that. 80% of men are not having relations on a regular basis. You and I are winners, so we don't see it. No, I do see it. I mean, I know it's difficult for men, for not all men, but for a lot of men, it's difficult to go and get sex. When I was out there single, I had to roll up my sleeves and put in some work. I mean, it ain't, they make some people be talking like you just snap your fingers. They so easy nowadays. You just walk in there and it is you got to shoot a lot of shots and miss. I mean, so yeah, no, it's not just an easy guaranteed proposition. I understand how difficult it is, especially if you kind of socially weird, socially awkward. And I have my own little socially awkwardness, but being a 6'1", decent looking, used to be in real good shape type of brother. So I was able to, I did okay out there. But far as verbal skills, seduction, game, and all of that, no, my game was pretty weak. So I already know somebody who, not quite that good looking, not quite that good looking, or don't quite got that verbal skill, don't quite got that swag. I know they're gonna struggle out there. I mean, we've talked about studies on that plenty of times. How I think 30% of men under the age of 30 reported having no sex in the last year. So that's pretty much a 30% incel rate. But I don't believe in the 80-20 rule in the literal sense that 80% of the men are not having sex. It just means that roughly, give or take, about 20% of men can get casual sexual access to women. And then there's another percentage, probably roughly 50%, who they can get it, but they got to put in some work. If not being a full-blown relationship. But bare minimum, they got to put in some work if they trying to get it popping. But then there's a 30% who is they left out in the cold of that market. So is I don't want to say is what it is, because it's not a nice thing. But we've talked about the data on that 7 Ways to Sunday, how the majority of men throughout history have not reproduced. I think only 40% of all men that have ever lived were reproducing. So keep in mind, the majority of men, and this is going back to the old, before civilization, majority of men were not reproducing. It was only a small percentage. I was going to do a show, probably still going to do a show on just the concept of alpha male. The whole, we talk about alpha male in so many modernized ways nowadays that we just lose sight. The alpha male was the person who could basically beat up every other man, like literally physically beat him up, if not kill him. And then the women either had to get down or lay down, or whatever the saying is. Because if he could beat up the man who was supposed to be, if he could beat up and kill the man who was supposed to be her protector, then obviously she ain't gonna be able to do nothing to stop him from having his way. Like, that's literally, animal kingdom wise, that's what an alpha male is. I can beat up and or kill the other males. Therefore, I'm the biggest, I'm the strongest. You are duty bound and required to have sex with me. That's all an alpha male is, when you strip away all our modern, westernized, civilized expressions of it. He says Tommy Sotomayor talks about people mother, yeah, dead or Tommy B. Wildin is some stuff he say that I think he ought not say, but I'm not in the business of canceling black men. I'm not in the business of canceling black men, and I'm about to show you why. And if this don't make you, even if you don't like somebody, if after what I'm about to show you, I'm about to show y'all, and actually I'm gonna clip this part too. So I'm about to make sure I speak clear and make sense when I say this, because I'm gonna actually clip this part and re-upload it. But I'm about to show y'all something. About to show y'all something that's very important here. And this is part of what prompted me to do this stream. 323 people in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. It is important that we support Black male media. Fresh and Fit, Tommy Sotomayor, they've been under a lot of fire. They've been absolutely positively under a lot of fire. I love seeing the two of them collab with each other. That's putting a middle finger or just rubbing it in the nose of those who wish to cancel them, that we about to collab together and get even bigger and stronger together. But there are forces out there who wish to bring people like Tommy Sotomayor, people like Fresh and Fit down. If they're willing to bring them down, if I get a little bigger, they'd be willing to bring me down. So I'm about to share the screen, about to show you something. I don't know if y'all know this exists. I don't know if anybody has done content on this. I don't know if anybody has done content on this. But the YouTuber by the name Real Talk with Yanni, I never really watched her content. Only watched her content one time. The only time I ever saw her content is when Cynthia G had that white dude on there that was basically trying to explain to Black women that, that white guy on there that was basically trying to explain to Black women that they need to get a Black man who's more get with a Black man who was more stable and education oriented and family oriented, or blah 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 blah, who's willing to commit. Basically, he basically said that the type of Black man that they need to get with is essentially in what was called an educated lame. Okay, he basically told them they need to get with an educated lame. But you could fast forward back to when the Pookie and Ray Ray versus educated lame debate was going on, where all the Black women were saying that, nope, y'all lame, y'all square, you don't get the pussy wet, you blah 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 blah. But a white man came and said the same shit that we were saying 2 years ago, and she was like, oh yeah, I absolutely agree 100%, Mr. White Man. Yeah. So that aside, but the first time I've heard of this Real Talk with Yanni chick, she was doing a reaction video to Cynthia G talking to some white dude. And she was all, fanning herself, getting aroused by the white dude saying stuff that Black men been saying for years. It was weird. It was it was weird, but that was the first time I ever heard about her. But I do know, looking at her channel now, she got like 200 subs. She got like 200 I'm sorry, not 200 subs. She got like 200K subs. And so before I get into what she did, the reason why I'm bringing this up is let's see, let me make this bigger. How do I do this? All right, follow along, class. This was something that she posted 9 days ago, and this is why men need to back off going after other men in this space. We need to have some type of conduct. We need to back off and go to other men in this space, because the women are already doing a good job at that and doing campaigns to cancel. But this was a pretty organized campaign to cancel Fresh and Fit. Here we go. It says, the first one she posted 9 days ago says, can you guys help me out by retweeting at YouTube? At Team My YouTube on Twitter for Fresh and Fit Podcast for spewing hate speech on their platform, which is against community guidelines. I will leave a link below and you will hear the hate speech audio. You can retweet them or at them directly. Anything helps. The link is below. Thank you. And then she put it on Twitter. She looked like she posted it there. And this is what she sent to YouTube, at Team YouTube. Why are you guys allowing hate speech on your platform? I thought YouTube was a safe space created for all people. I think Fresh and Fit Podcast on your platform should be investigated for hate speech. It's against community guidelines. Please look into this. Thank you. This is what she sent to YouTube. and she posted on her community tab. It's public information. It's not like I had to did some SEAL Team 7 type stuff to get this. It's on her community tab. And it says, yikes. Social media user pointing out that Fresh and Fit podcast hosts have a history of disrespecting Black women after Myron's back and forth with Agent Dow. Again, like I said, they bent over backwards to try to connect the whole Agent Dow thing to something they said about Black women months ago or whatever. It was a ridiculous thing. The two things completely unconnected, don't got nothing to do with each other. Moving forward, and she posted on her community tab, YouTube responding. This is a real talk with Yanni. Got like 200K subs. I don't know that much about her, but here it is. She posted on her community tab, and then YouTube. She sent something to YouTube, and then YouTube responded. She posted it all on the community tab, and then it says, "Thanks for bringing this to our attention. Please flag the content for a review. We have teams reviewing 24/7, and when we find content that violates our guidelines, we act quickly to address it. Reach out if you have any other questions." That's what YouTube sent back to her, and she posted that on her community tab. Now here's the big one. Here is the big one right here. She posted here. This is what she posted on her community tab, emboldening her folks to go and do. It says, click the three-dotted icon. That three-dotted icon right there. Y'all can see that. Click the three-dotted icon. Click report and select hateful or abusive content. You see, she's showing them exactly what to select. So that way they all on one accord. They're all on one accord, clicking the same thing, reporting it the same exact way. Hateful or abusive content. YouTube will review and decide if it's against their community guidelines. Thank you. And then she included the video, and they say they good. The sisterhood is good. Put the timestamp in there so everybody can report it the exact same way, with the video, with the timestamp, telling them specifically what to do, to click the three dots, then click report video, and then scroll down to hateful or abusive content. That is some on one accord action right there. Organized hit from somebody got 200K subs. And even when you look down in the comment section, let's go check out the comments. This chick here says, done. No more emotional reactions, just action. Done. Can't love women if you don't support all of them. Sending love to all Black, colored, and indigenous women out there. Done. So like they own it. They doing it. Like it's 700 people comment to this. And you know it's a lot that commented didn't do it. So I mean, they probably got a couple thousand people reporting it the same exact way, going after them the same exact way. But we be having dudes piling in with the cancel, going after Fresh and Fit stuff, as if you don't even realize you're going after yourself. Because as soon as you say something that they don't like, they're going to be doing the same stuff to you. But here we go, another person. Done. I'm so proud of all of us standing together. Thank you, Yanni. I'm appalled by the hate they feel comfortable spewing. I've literally been reporting them all week. I'm just glad I'm not the only one. Together we are more powerful. Be blessed, everyone. Somebody else commented done. Somebody else commented done. I'm so proud of you. You are going to be one of the biggest feminine. I'm just playing. That was a fake laugh. But okay, anyway. I'm so proud of you. You are going to be one of the biggest feminine Black creators out there, and an amazing model to follow your journey. Let me make that bigger so y'all know I'm not just making stuff up. Y'all can probably read along with me. Says your journey is inspiring and relatable, and even for women of color from the Middle East. Don't listen to these guys. They don't know what they are talking about. The foreign women that are from good families have been raised well and have standards, and their family isn't trying to sell her. Won't look at these men twice. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like she said something that really knows sort of against Black women, but I ain't going to say, I mean, against Western women. She's saying the other women are better from raised from good families. But anyway, Sister Soldier, I hate that name. Sis Soldier says, I'm going to suggest the most effective way to get them deplatformed is to start notifying the advertisers of where their ads could be potentially showing. Money talks, BS walks. And she done quoted, this heifer done quoted Thanos. Like Thanos said, you should have gone for the head. God damn. They out here quoting Thanos on us. They out here quoting Thanos. Brooke Oster says done. Somebody else. I'm gonna not say these chicks' names. Thank you for the direct link. Made it real easy to report their harmful content. I've been saying these insecure men are dangerous for a while. They should not have a platform to spew hatred. Somebody else just commented done. To tell the truth, I think the powers that be want this kind of content to continue for their benefit. I would like to point out that I have a suspicion that these clowns always report everything we say in response. Actually, no. The biggest evidence that black men do not be in that whole reporting game is that when the Cynthia G petition went out, it couldn't even get support. It's still not getting support. We honor free speech, even the speech that we don't like. We honor it. We understand the rules to the game. And maybe we shouldn't be playing fair. but when it comes to free speech, you have to play fair. Because going after somebody else's speech makes your speech vulnerable to be taken down too. Made it very easy to get the job done. Thank you. She said, I'm just glad we already have the clip so we can't be gaslighted. Shout out to you, Uncle Stu says supporting black male media. I saw some other people super chat. I'm trying to get down to it. I'm trying to get down to when an actual dude came down there and said something. He says, I stopped watching another to report, but woo, child, that hurts, especially one of us downgrading women. Like you don't have a black mom, your mama black, grandma and family. Throw the whole podcast away. Yes, let's make them an example for 2022, ladies. I was trying to find the comment. I ain't gonna find it. I'm about to just stop. Okay. Yeah, man, I almost flipped out. I looked down at one of them icon pictures and I thought I saw Sister George. It wasn't her. It was a chick that looked like her. I thought I saw Sister George. I was about to. Woo, I was gonna have some fun with that. I was gonna have some fun with that if I caught Sister George up in here. But it wasn't her. It wasn't her. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. They do a full blown organized hits. Organized hits. And hold on. Let me see. Let me back all the way up out of here. Y'all should be able to see something that's going on there. But yeah, that's a chick right there. I didn't know nothing. I only seen one of her videos in my whole oh wait, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear your voice. Wait, I didn't share that yet. Hold on. All right. But yeah, this is a chick right here. Keep in mind, I've heard people talk about her, and I heard somebody say that her content and rhetoric is similar in the realm of Cynthia G. I wouldn't know. I only saw one video of her that popped up on my timeline when she was reacting to a Cynthia G video. So based off the little bit that I've seen of her, that's what she is. That's what she owns. To me, okay. Now I shouldn't do this because I should just keep it on the points. Okay, I'm gonna keep it on the points. I'm not gonna do. Yeah, I know I got a little roast in me, but I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna talk about how she looked. I'm gonna keep it cool. Because ain't nothing really wrong with how she looks. She's not an unattractive person. She's just weird looking. She's just funny looking. She looked like somebody put the angry eyebrows on Mrs. Potato Head. That's okay. I just had to get one in. That's it. Just one. She looked like Miss Potato Head got on her angry eyebrows. All right. Oh, he said she cute. No, she's not an unattractive. She's not an unattractive woman. She's not an unattractive woman. Somebody said, roast that trick. Get him, roast that trick. Nah, I ain't about to roast. I ain't about to roast. I'm about to keep it cleanish. About to keep it cleanish. But those, yeah. Those eyebrows, they, yeah. You know, you can swap Mrs. Potato Head eyebrows in and out, and like when she's happy, you can put certain eyebrows on, like the happy eyebrows, and then when she's angry, you can put on the angry eyebrows. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. She just looked like Miss Potato Head got on the angry eyebrows. That's about it. That's it. That's it. No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. But shout out to Live It Leon. Appreciate channel members. Let me shout out these super chats real quick. But overall, the Fresh and Fit reaching out to Tommy like that was a good thing. Tommy Sotomayor, definitely a pioneer in this space. He paved the way, and yeah, some stuff with Tommy he go too far too. He go too far on some stuff. I admit that. I admit that. Everybody got a certain line where I will go far, but I normally stop at a certain point, and then some people they stop point is just further. Don't mean that there's somebody that I'm about to criticize or they're about to be my enemy in some way, shape, or form. And that's it's like too many people do that. Brothers don't need to be in the business of that. Brothers need to respect free speech. I thought David Carroll went a little off the rails or just a bit too far with some of the stuff that he would say. But respected David Carroll, was a supporter of David Carroll all the way to the end. But shout out to those who support the stream financially, sending you hard-earned money over here. He says, a story to tell, says, she is cool with the rest. Oh, I already read that when he's talking about Kaya Du saying, I'm cool with everybody, but I can't Fresh and Fit need to be canceled. You say one need to be canceled, you might as well say all need to be canceled. Yeah, I'm not trying to relitigate that, but you say one need to be canceled, you might as well say all need to be canceled, because all that's going to take is for somebody to just go an inch past where your limit is at and now canceled. Once somebody do that, once you play that game, then you're then you're just against the whole operation. You are against the whole damn operation once you play that game. Shouted out Uncle Stu already. Shout out to you. Appreciate your support. Shout out to Marquise 912. I already read that one. There we go. The Three Kings in the building says the best part about the interview is Fresh and Fit stood their ground through the storm and brought the guy they hate the most, but they did by bringing facts. That was real small and hard for me to read. Let me see if I can try to make everything. And I don't know if that's gonna work. All right, I just got to work around it. But yeah, but no, that's the general point that I'm making here with this stream, with this whole live stream, is that they stood in the eye of the cancel storm and brought in the most canceled person on their show. Dude, if you think what they said about black women was bad, they brought in the biggest offender and stood in it. Like, so I respect men standing their ground and not yielding and not pulling a Snoop Dogg and walking in there trying to gotta listen to Jada Pinkett say, when you said that about Gail, you said it about me, my daughter, my mama, we all hurt, we all felt it, or whatever she said. And that's why I loved when she did that whole Augustine Aug or whatever his name was. They some brothers was posting on social media like, when you cheated on Will, you cheated on me, you cheated on my father, my grandfather, you cheated on all of us. I was like, yeah, get her. I was loving it. But shout out to the Three Kings in the building with the super chat. I'll put the link in here and let y'all come up and have y'all say on some of this, but I got a few more things to say, because they kicked out a chick when Tommy Sotomayor was on the show. Okay. Now y'all will recall, but hold on, before I get into that, let me just read this super chat real quick from Leo Anthony. He says, you got chicks talking about, you got chicks talking about aborting black boys, and they don't consider that hate speech. Make it make sense. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. No questions asked. No, hands down. 100%. Shout out to Uncle Stu, says supporting black male media. Absolutely. And that's where I'm at with it. I'm not coming at nobody. Okay. Well, okay. Let me throw out a caveat. Okay. Tank Johnson in the building. He says, B Nard, Happy New Year. Good brother. Absolutely. Happy New Year to you as well. Happy New Year to you as well. This is where I'm at with it, though. I'm not in the business of canceling, but there are men who I will go after in the challenging their ideas sense. And when it comes to challenging their ideas and being critical of their ideas and being critical of what they're putting out there, I will empty both barrels. I will. If they putting a bunch of nonsense out there. And somebody did a reaction video to me, and I'm in my stream, I was talking to somebody who goes after Fresh and Fit a lot. Okay. And I was like, okay, I go after, I used to. He shot himself in the foot, but I used to go after Derek Jackson a lot. Used to keep it mostly to this is before he got caught cheating and the whole works. I used to just pick apart his talking points. All right. I used to keep it to the facts. Like I used to always say, and still say, I attack ideas and not people. So I would keep it to the facts. Okay. I would keep it on the facts, on the points. And I would let Derek Jackson have it. His simpery and all the delusion that he's throwing out there, I would try to right the ship and put the right information out there. I would try to do that. And in doing that, yes, I would empty the clip on him. Yes, me and Obsidian. Yeah, we used to empty the clip on Derek Jackson. And now somebody did a reaction video and said, well, there's no difference between Fresh and Fit and Derek Jackson. They're all black men on YouTube. So what's the difference? And I'm sitting there listening to that, and I'm not going to say who it is. I got no problem with the person. So but I'm sitting there listening to that, and I'm like, if you can't see the difference between a man who's like Derek Jackson, who's against everything that you're for, versus somebody who's pretty much for everything that you're for. If you can't see the difference between somebody who's for everything that you're for and how you operate in dealing with them versus how you operate and deal or react to somebody who's against everything that you're for and for everything that you're against. If you can't see the difference in that, then it's like it's like some people don't well, okay, to get out of there. The stream that I'm referring to where I was talking to somebody, that person I was talking to was Duke. But when I'm explaining what I'm explaining right now, I'm talking about somebody else who reacted to me and Duke. All right, me and Duke, we had a good conversation. I came away from it with my views and my ideas and my perspective and my thoughts, but that's neither here nor there. Me and Duke had a good, respectful conversation, and and the debate got a little heated when the panel came up. But me and Duke had a good, respectful conversation. I'm talking about somebody who reacted to what me and Duke was talking about and was saying there's no difference between Fresh and Fit and Derek Jackson. And I'm like, no, we do got to draw lines between people who are for everything that who are against everything that we're for, and they're for everything that we're against. We do got to draw lines. We do got to draw lines in the sand against when it comes to that. And some people don't know how to do that. And then that makes me, I end up questioning with a lot of people, like, okay, what's your goals? What's your objectives? What are you for? What are you about here? It just turns into a crazy thing. How so? Ooh, get out of there. Get out of there, Mr. Palmer. Get out of there. You see me over here being nice and respectful. You see me over here playing nice. You gotta do like David Carroll. Gotta take a sip. Gotta take a sip. But nah, you see me over here playing nice. Shout out to Mr. Palmer. He doing good work over there. But yeah, you gotta know the difference. You gotta know the difference. You just flat out gotta know the difference and see the difference. And even though, okay, like I said, Tommy do some stuff and say some stuff that I disagree with, but at the end of the day, is he for men's rights? Do he fight for men? Do he speak up for men? Do we argue against all the gynocratic nonsense that women put out there? Do we break that down? Do we tear that down? And if you meet those 4 basic criterias, then far as I'm concerned, I got no ire, no attack, no disdain, no major dislike for you. And any small disagreement is just that, a small disagreement. And that's how we got to look at this thing. All right. That's legitimately how we got to look at this thing. But shout out to Theo Waff, who I haven't even edited down your special greeting. So you're going to get the old, when somebody sent that $100 super chat greeting.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140.
That's $100.
Shout out to Theo Waff, came through heavy-handed with the super chat, dropped $100 on it. He says Chewbacca is the most cute dog in the park. Can't cancel that. Okay, Theo, that was weird. But you sent $100, so I don't care. You allowed to be weird. Hey, y'all, look, come on, y'all. Take it. Damn you, Mike and Vince Perkins. I'm assuming that's Mike. Damn you. You brought up Duke. Now everybody in the chat room talking about him. This ain't about him. All right. So y'all chill. I don't like for stuff to get started in my chat room, but because I said something vaguely and Mike picked up on what I was talking about, so I just spoke clearly about it, because that's, and then I just wanted to speak clearly about it, let y'all know exactly what I was talking about, and then move on. And y'all ain't moving on. Y'all sitting there taking shots. Move on. And hey, we had the true Sir Simp Panderson, the Panderlorian, on the show yesterday. Shout out to I'm still messing up his name, Lateris R. Whitfield from the channel Dear Future Wifey. He pulled up on me when I was talking about him. We had the real deal in the house. He pulled up on me and had a respectful conversation with that brother. Still disagree. I still think he does the Derek Jackson pander thing, but at least he had the testicular fortitude to come in here and had a conversation when he saw me talking about him. So nothing but respect for that brother. Nothing but respect for that brother. But yeah, let's be cool. But shout out to Theo in the building. TBE Trucking in the building. He says that's the Tommy I like, not the one thinking everyone is out to get him. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Tommy even accused the manosphere of being out to get him. I mean, come on, like, dude, Tommy pulled up right now. I guarantee I'm rolling out the red carpet and dropping "Coming to America" rose petals and ushering him on in and giving him the floor. That's how everybody in the manosphere do when Tommy Sotomayor pull up. That's how everybody in the manosphere do when Tommy Sotomayor pull up. So when he was trying to say that the manosphere was against him or out to get him, but I was like, nah, come on, man. Everybody, from what I see, everybody in the manosphere show Tommy love. That it's a lot of I won't even say manosphere adjacent, just some random ninjas on Black YouTube who just got a lot of hate in their heart for Tommy Sotomayor. And that was getting lumped in with the manosphere because Kevin Samuels fans, who I don't even think came from the manosphere, was going at Tommy, but he was saying Kevin Samuels came from the manosphere. These are Kevin Samuels fans. This is the manosphere. The manosphere out to get me. He connected those dots like Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind, and then he thought everybody was out to get. But no, man, everybody got love for Tommy over here. Everybody got love for Tommy over here. So I wasn't feeling that at all. But Snuggles668 in the building says, drop the links. Okay, Snuggles. I already said I was going to drop the link. Now you told me to drop the link. Now I can't drop the link because it's going to look like I did it because you said it. Drop the link so everyone can come up and have a wonderful conversation. I cannot wait to listen to all the beautiful ideas you all have. Damn you, Snuggles. Theo Wife back in the building showing all the love today. Theo showing all the love today. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but Obsidian said it on his stream. So I feel like it's halfway okay for me to talk about it. But Obsidian got an event going on. He's talked about it on his stream. It's going to be this spring, I believe, in Philly. I think the man Theo got something to do with it. And Obsidian hit me up, and I'm on the dais, on the guest list, I got a speaker. I'm going to be involved there. I'm going to be live in the flesh one more again with Obsidian. This is I don't even know the full magnitude of it because it's still at the early stages. I don't know the full magnitude of it, but it's looking like it's going to be a big thing. Looking like it's going to be a big thing. Can't do too much. I'm not going to say too much. Not going to do too much promoting right now, but it's looking like it's going to be a big deal, and I'm happy and honored to be a part of it. Honored to be a part of it. Me and Obsidian just had a brief conversation where he just gave me the cliff notes of it, and I'm just like, I'm in. That's it. No, nothing to discuss. I'm in. I'll be there. But shout out to Theo once again. He says, let's see. And people don't get Theo's park references. Theo was homeless living in a park. He simped his way to homelessness. Me and him did a good stream on that a few months ago. So definitely go back and check that out. He says, cute would like to say that she is the most cute. Is that one of your dog's name? See, this with Theo, even though Theo the man, he begin weird when he talk about his dogs. And when he come up on the stream, I swear I'm gonna block him when I catch him kissing that dog in the face. I could tell by the way Theo talk about his dogs. I could tell he be kissing them dogs in the mouth. And Theo will be canceled. I just did a whole stream talking about how I don't believe in canceling people. If I catch Theo I'm got to look in the camera. If I catch Theo kissing that dog in the mouth, he is canceled. We don't play that. But he says, Cutie would like to say that she is the most cute dog in the park. Please cancel Chewbacca. Oh, and Theo is sleeping in a Brazilian park. What a weirdo owner. Yeah, Theo. All right. You're getting weirder. You're getting weirder with that, with you and them damn dogs. You and them damn dogs. Shout out to Crimson Cure in the building. You're getting weird with them damn dogs, Theo. Black Wolf Inc. in the building. He says, Captain, don't fall for the Care Bear stare. Right. She be trying to get me with the Care Bear stare. Play my music to break the spell. I'm about to play your music and I'm about to drop the link. Hold on. Where we at? The link is in the chat if anybody want to come up and have their say on this. Oh, what I meant to say, and get out there. Mike and Vince Perkins in the building. He said, "My bad. Here's my fine." Yeah, you got to pay a $5 fine for starting a bunch of junk in my chat room. You got to come up off a $5 fine for that one. But no, you good though. You good. The link is in the chat. Anybody want to come and have a piece on this? But they did kick somebody out when Tommy Sotomayor was there. And let's also bear this in mind, because I had just recently played a clip of a woman who came up and said they only kick out black women, or when they kick them out, they say it's only the black women. It's black women, black women, black women. Black woman this, black woman that. That's what they say. That's what they say. But they had Tommy Sotomayor on there, the biggest black woman hater in the business. And guess who got kicked out? A non-black woman. This woman was white-ish. She looked like she may have been mixed with some white and some Latina. I don't know what she was. They said she had a bad BBL. I didn't really notice. I didn't really see her butt, but it looked kind of, yeah. I mean, when she was walking off it, some of these BBLs be bad. Some of these BBLs be bad. It just is what it is. Some of them be bad. But they kicked. I saw that, and they kicked her off because she was just on some ignorant stuff. Somebody said she was Latina. Okay, fine. But either way it go, Latina is their preference. That's really their preference down in Miami. Truth be told, I bet they mess with more Latinas than they do with white girls. She got kicked off the show. People say they don't kick off non-black women. They gave them the same damn treatment. The story to tell in the building says, your show is like a Jordan release every time I get to the door. Y'all sold out. Oh man, cut it out. Cut it out. You're too kind. You're too kind. This whole thing. No, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Drop that link. But yeah, they put a chick out. Now, what was funny as I wait for people to come up. Wait, hold on. That's how you people are. You're going to listen to the puppy pound instead of listen to Yogi. I see I have some picnic baskets to get. Yeah, I just love super chatting me weird stuff. I swear. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Three Kings in the building. He says it's mostly non-black that get kicked off. That's my observation, but I can't prove it. But that's my observation. It's just the black women who make the. That's exactly what I said on my last stream. He said just the black women that make the biggest scene on the way out, so it makes it seem that way. Yeah. It'd be the black women that be clowning on the way out the door. It'd be the black women that be clowning on the way out the door. White women, they get kicked out, they get up and leave. But a lot of them do that thing where they play the game where they don't want to leave, or they make some stipulation for them to leave. Give me the release form. Give me my shoes. Hand me my shoes. Your shoes are right there. Hand them to me. No. Your shoes are right there. Go put them on. You got to hand them to me. Then I'll leave. Like they getting put out, but they want to make him do something before they leave. They do weird stuff like that. They do weird stuff on the way out the door. It'd be the most weirdest thing ever. But however, one of the interesting things happened. What I enjoyed more than when they had Tommy on there with the girls and everything, what I actually enjoyed the most is when it was just Tommy and Fresh and Fit in there, because Tommy be killing it. So Tommy, knocked it out the park or whatever, like he normally do. It was pretty cool. But shout out to Bridget Miller with a cash app. Shout out to KD, came through hard and heavy handed with a $100 cash app. Y'all showing a lot of love today. God damn.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140.
That's $100.
I gotta change the KD banner down here that normally scrolls across when he drops a heavy-handed super chat, normally a heavy-handed cash app down there. Can't put it on the screen, but I could definitely put it. I can't click on it because it's not a super chat, but I can keep you scrolling down there. So shout out to you, and also shout out to somebody who is this Bridget Miller. Oops, I'm sitting here giving out government names. I apologize. But says salute fam, dropped 5 on it. Thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And we got Theo in the building. What's going on? Still hold on, wait. I can't hear you if you're talking. Wait a second. Let me get my earpiece together. What's going on, Theo? What's going on? Oh, you muted. Hold on. Hold up.
There we go.
There we go. We good. What's happening, Theo?
Pretty good Friday. I'm having a good time. It's got my personal training in this morning, so I saw you on here. I was like, okay, go ahead and pop in real quick. I like your show. It's pretty funny. It's pretty good. I like it. Pretty accurate. So regarding Fresh and Fit, the first person they knocked out, they Freight canceled was white. Almost always has been a white girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really that much black girls. I actually learned a lot when he was doing this because I recognized that, like, I gave preferential treatment to certain women. It's for various reasons, and I was like, wow, he's not doing this at all. And I was like, okay, this is how I should do it. So I was actually learning from this Frank Castling.
Wait, hold on. When you say you're giving preferential treatment, you're basically saying it will be times when you probably need to, I mean, you're not running a show, but times you probably need to kick a woman out of your life, basically. Yeah. And would you give some of them preferential treatment that, you know, that would, let's just say they probably were of, you know, a certain type of attractiveness, or, you know, so you were giving preferential treatment. You wouldn't kicking them out of your life as fast.
It was kind of like, yeah, or else I was tolerating a lot more that the things that I shouldn't tolerate. And usually what I would do is, like, I would tolerate or just walk away instead of actually doing an action which needed to happen, which was a Frank Castle. And I just never thought about doing it. And so when I saw him doing it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm learning now. Oh, this is exactly correct. This is the way it's supposed to be done. So the ones he did most of the time were white girls. Yeah. And I was stunned. So he rarely does it to black, but the black girls are the ones who go the most nuts. And they go after him, and they make the most ruckus. They can't take the criticism. And I'm just like, yo, it's not a racial thing. That's not, they're doing it the way they see it. They're about their platform.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, you know, and I can, there was times when I, you know, probably should have put a chick out of my house, but I didn't. You know, that's the type of stuff, men don't get credit for just the type of stuff that they're willing to tolerate. Men will tolerate a chick being rude, disrespectful, and even if she's not just loudly rude and disrespectful, it's like, it's times when I'd invited a woman over to my house, and she in no certain terms, not even in a rude way, she made it clear that she basically, in her own way, I'm not even gonna go into the details of, she basically made it clear that she wasn't really feeling me. It was just some food and some drinks over there and a comfortable couch and a TV, and she just wanted to, you know, sit back, chill, sip on some drinks, eat some food, and watch a movie on my big ass TV. And I was just like, okay, ain't nothing happening, ain't nothing going down. But instead of saying, all right, game over, get up, move on, I just, you know, I let her sit there and just finish enjoying all the amenities that came with being with me and at my house. And I was like, so yeah, there's a lot of times where we'll get passive and tolerate the shit. So that's why I always say it's plenty that men are learning and picking up watching that. Even when it get Jerry Springer and he putting people out.
Yeah, I agree with this. And, you know, even more like, look, it's like listening to problems or being compassionate. Like I remember, I haven't really given money away for a long time, but even I'd have an inclination in my heart of wanting to do it because I know she's suffering. But I'm like, nah, red pill, that ain't gonna happen. So I'm not gonna give anything.
You talking about some ex?
No, like people I know
okay.
Around who like single mothers that I've grown up with or that I've known for a long time, and they don't have any food or they don't, like, they can't pay their rent. And I have to sit back and say, well, no, when I was blue pill before, I would have probably done something. Now I'm red pill. I understand the situation. You made that decision. I'm not giving you anything. But in my heart, I feel sad, at least. And you got these group of women that at least have that pity, whereas, you know, like Fresh and Fit are like, no, don't even pity them. Just like, throw them out. And I was like, wow. because there's other groups of women that I don't even give pity to. It's a much more aggressive approach. So I learned that a lot. I'm just like, don't, be aggressive to all of them. Don't be nice at all. And I learned a lot from them.
All right, a story to tell in the building. He says, "Fresh and Fit are not going anywhere. They have a loyal tribe with deep pockets that worship them. All right, cut out the worship, but they do got a loyal fan base with deep pockets, and people underestimate how many new fans they pick up every day, every week, every month. Like, so no, they're not going nowhere. Even people like, for example, okay, if you watch their show every day, it can probably get repetitive. They could probably get repetitive, and okay, I haven't seen it all. I'm cool, but you got to keep in mind they're going to pick up 30,000 new subscribers, who the show is going to be new and fresh for. So they're going to always have, long as that machine is running, they're going to always have somebody there watching it, and so no, they're not going nowhere unless I mean, I showed, and you could rewind the tape if you just got it in here. I showed an organized attack that somebody, a 200,000 sub platform, was doing against them. I showed that organized attack. If something like that succeeds, then yes, but I mean, the way I see it, they probably could start over and build it back up. They gotta
they'll never go away. It's impossible. They're the best thing that Fresh and Fit have actually are their Patreon. I'm a member of their Patreon. That Patreon is legit. It is on fire. It is unbelievable. There are things on there that you cannot publish online at all, period. Like, people go nuts over it, but it's men talking like real hardcore truths to each other. And there's no filter at all. And that's when, like, there is some like really great like RP truths being talked about in that group. And so, like, when I went in there, I said various things about my life. I was just straight out honest. People come out and say, "No, you got to stop that, and this is the way you should be doing it. Stop it, Theo. And this is what you're thinking." And it's really direct. And other guys come in there, and we're doing the same thing to them. We're like, "What are you doing?" And it's this really great group of men who actually get together and talk about a lot of issues. And that'll never go. That's their greatest value that they have.
Okay, yep. Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. But shout out to A Story to Tell. Appreciate you. He says, check the video I emailed you. What video did you email me? Is that okay? I'll check it out. I'll check it out. But thank you for the super chat. Do greatly appreciate that. What was I about to say? Now, before you came up, I was about to talk about how now, excuse me, it was a black chick on the show last night who, I don't know if you watched it all the way to the end. She was loud and ghetto as hell, and she operated in a way to where what they were saying that they don't like in black women. They had Tommy Sotomayor on there. One of them was on there showing it through and through. Now, she didn't get disrespectful. She did respect the show, and she respected them as hosts. But she was just, I was just like, it was mind numbing how just ridiculous she was. And then it's like, other people wanted to say something that was interesting. This was right up Tommy Sotomayor's alley. It was a white chick on there who wanted to give her opinion about what was happening, but she was like, I can't do it. She said, the chat room is saying some of what I want to say, but I can't touch on this. I can't comment on this, because if she said basically what she wanted to say, what I inferred that she wanted to say, she wanted to say to that chick that you're acting exactly like the type of black women that Fresh and Fit described that they don't like and they almost got canceled for. But if she would have said it, everybody would have found her Instagram, or that comment would have went viral. If she would have said something about them, they would have found her Instagram. She would have got bombarded by people, and so here she is, gotta walk on eggshells and can't say nothing. But the black women who could stand up and say whatever they want to say, she even stood up and said, I call white people crackers and all kind of stuff. She said all kind of stuff. and it was like, but okay, y'all are the unprotected when it comes to, anybody can say anything about black women, but no, you could see live in HD in 4K that no, the black girl was the one who could say anything she wanted to say, however she wanted to say it, and the white girl had to walk on eggshells. I was like, yeah,
and this is part of what Kevin is doing, is talking about how this group, this demographic, has got to be criticized, and they have to be like properly scrutinized for their actions, and they're the only group that is allowed to do this. No other group would be allowed to do this, period. We do this? No way, we're gone. Seconds. Shoot. I say I'm in Brazil dating women here, people gone out of their minds. And white boy saying this? Impossible. He'd fear for his life saying something like that. But you have these women on here, this, again, the classic, this type of ABW can go on there and talk this way, and there's nobody can put her in her place, nobody can correct her, nobody can do anything. It's like, no, it's over, it's done. Now we've gotten to a point in which we cannot take this anymore. And that one woman was actually correct. And, she shouldn't have to be fearful or have some sort of remorse or be hesitant to saying what she really needs to say. So I'm done with it. I say it for myself. I say it direct now. I'm done treating them in a certain way. It's just straight out. I'm as brutal as they are now.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely hear you on that. But it was overall a good show. What do you think about what I said earlier on the whole cancel aspect of it, where you got, again, it's a lot of people who don't like Fresh and Fit for whatever reason, and they're joining in dogpiling with when Fresh and Fit is under fire, and there's some black men who I would even consider red pill who are also joining in with it, and all they're doing is opening the door to make it easier for a black man speaking his mind, saying controversial stuff, to get canceled. And once you open that door, once you de facto join into that, you're opening the door for you to be canceled, for me to be canceled, for all us to be canceled. So what's your general thoughts on that, on how we got to pump the brakes on this being overcritical of each other?
How long were we canceled? It is only now recently that we've been, after years, that we've been able to talk as we wanted to. I've had my channels up. I had my first channel up in 2012. I had another one up in 2016. They were all eliminated. And I was talking red pill truths back then. I just stopped making channels. And they have, I don't know how many other content creators throughout the years have been canceled. This is a normal thing. And so what it is basically that Fresh and Fit and other guys are actually able to get small areas finally where they can take a stand and actually talk. And this has to continue. And of course, they want to try to cancel, because every time we say the truth, that we actually say what we're really thinking, canceling happens. And this is ridiculous. This is the end. I am sick and tired of it. And we have to get, again, we've talked about this many times before, we have got to get our own platform so that we can say exactly what we want. And you'll be thinking that we're like some sort of really powerful group. We're not. We're men, we're black men talking about our experiences. I mean, for heaven's sakes, man, I was homeless 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago? Yeah, it was 10. No, it was 11. It was actually 11 years ago. I was just thinking about it. Like this week, 11 years ago, 2011, I was homeless. And now I'm here in Brazil. And I was like, wow, okay, that's a pretty good advancement. I'll take that.
Right.
And, but I was worried about being canceled for saying my opinion. Actually, my experience. This is ridiculous. Oh man! And then they go around saying America's all over the free. I'm like, nah, man, we can't. A black man can't say his own opinion, his own reality. Nah, man, has to keep on going. there could be no mercy about this. Just 100% keep this going. Have no mercy on it.
Right on, right on. Shout out to Freeman's Journal. Yeah, definitely hit the like button. We got 430 people in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Freeman's Journal in the building says, take the red pill, hit the like button. Thank you very much for that. Wealth Engineering in the building says, salute, brother Theo. Salute to Wealth Engineering. I do appreciate that. Now I'm about to be a little nosy here and ask you some questions that you may not be able to answer, but you talked about Fresh and Fit's Patreon. Is it true? Because one they said that they were kind of doing that, but I don't know if they still do it. But do it be nude, topless type of stuff going on their Patreon, or yes or yay or nay on that?
The weather is really nice here in Brazil. I like the food. It's a nice place. Brazilian women are really nice. That's
so
what I know.
You're declining the answer. All right, I'll take that as a yes.
I protect my team.
All right.
I'm a security professional. There's things I
can't
confirm that I know I don't know.
So no, it's fine. It's fine. I respect you. I respect you declining that one. I definitely.
I want to tell somebody in the chat. There's no fifth here in Brazil, so I can't plead the fifth because there's no fifth.
Right. Black Wolf is a Patreon and a moderator of them. He said it was one show. He said it was just one show. Okay.
Yeah, Black Wolf and I, we ride together with Fresh and Fit. We're definitely on the same team. I respect him a lot. So he comes. Usually when we come onto a stream together, we're both moderators. I sit back and like, oh yeah, it's going to go down because we're not going to allow certain things to happen, but we will allow certain content to come through. It's going to go crazy. We're like, oh yeah, Black Wolf, this is going to be good. But when the trolls really come out against Fresh and Fit, that's when Black Wolf and I, we're sitting there like, yeah, we're knocking these guys out. Like if it's just him and I together, we will knock out every single troll. And I sit there with my computers going boom, boom, just multiple, knocking them out as fast as I can. So they cannot pass us.
Well, y'all are pretty good because I don't even when I look at Fresh and Fit chat room, I don't even see trolls in there. So y'all get them out of there real fast. Like I've literally never, I've never observed a troll in Fresh and Fit's chat room. So y'all are definitely on the job. Definitely on the job. Somebody said go ahead. No,
they
go
have
ahead.
Good. Let's just say on their Telegram, they definitely have good content. I'll say that. It's very educational. It's adult. It's very educational. We'll say that.
Very educational. It's adult. We'll say that. But that's what's up. How much since Tommy Sotomayor is on the on the menu, but part of the topic here today, how much of him do you actually listen to?
Not that much, honestly. There's only certain groups that I listen to. What I tend to be with me is I tend to limit but go deep. Mm-hmm. And so there's certain content creators I really know, like you, Fresh and Fit, others. And then I understand what they're really saying. So did Tommy
Sotomayor. Yeah.
Sotomayor. He's good. I don't have anything bad about him, but I just don't really watch him that much.
Yeah.
Usually don't get involved. You'll see if I get involved because suddenly you start seeing a huge stream of super chats coming from me. You'd be like, yep, Theo's in the house. Yep.
Yeah, the people you rock with, you let it be known that you rock with them. You definitely, they know. Let it be known. Yeah.
I'm pretty direct about it. And one of the things too that you just said, you were talking about Obsidian. There is going to be another Manosphere meetup, but it's going to be a smaller one, and it will be it's going to be a different theme. It's going to be a different type. So we're still organizing everything about that. And of course, we wanted you to be there.
Absolutely. And this will be in Philly, if I understand it right. Okay.
Yeah. So we're still just negotiating this and that. It's as normal things behind the scenes that's going on. And it's, we've got other jobs doing, we've got other things going on, so it's not like we're totally involved in it every single second. But it's generally coming together, and we're able to see what's going to go on. So it's very gonna be very good. It's gonna be the real, what I say, like the March April time frame. What we're going to be able to do is going to be amazing. Those are what we're really focusing on, and then also the AWS class that I'm teaching is proceeding extremely well.
That's good.
So I have at least 20 students in there who can get very good jobs.
Like they're already ready, like to start getting some good jobs. Like they
have the mentality and the capability. So I have to give them more training, of course.
Okay.
But let's say this, I tell them to do things and they go above and beyond what I ask. And then they're working together in groups and they're spreading the knowledge around, and they're not confined. They know to work as a team. So I can only say good words about them. I could easily see 20 guys making over 120,000 each.
Wow.
Yeah.
So and I'm loving to hear that. I'm loving to hear that because a lot of people had a lack of understanding when it came to the Black Manosphere meetup. That it originally did start out as an IT event that you were going to do, and then the Black Manosphere aspect of it got smuggled in. It's still people in chat rooms saying things like, "Why did they have Obsidian, a non-IT guy, being a keynote speaker at an IT event?" I'm like, dude, you see, you haven't figured out that one half of it was Black Manosphere. The Saturday, I think, what was it, Friday? Friday was the Black Manosphere event.
Right.
Saturday was the IT event. So Obsidian,
right.
right now, Theo is talking about the outcomes of the IT event, of everybody there that got the training. He's saying it's the 20 of them that are still en route, still on the path. The total amount of training is probably needed. Would say probably about 6 months, probably.
The first crop, those 20 guys, they probably only need about 2.5 more months.
Okay, so in about so from the Manosphere meetup that happened in the IT event, that was really the centerpiece of it. From that, you would say about 20 Black men are came from there, and going forward in the next 3 months or so, let's just say 3 months, will be qualified to get a job starting out at about 120K. And from there, who knows? They could, in the next few years, they could be at 200, 250. So I mean, so for everybody who questioned whether or not everybody who said it wasn't a success, that it was a failure, without even defining what a failure would be, this is a well-defined, well-drawn out, non-negotiable measure of success. It was a success. If 20 Black men walking away starting out with careers starting out at $120,000 a year, it was a success, non-negotiable. All right. Get that out.
That's very much a success. And then there are other guys who will go into IT, but they won't be engineers. They'll be doing other things like audit or risk analysis, things like that. And those are still 120, just not engineering, but they tend to stay at 120,000. But these are, I know who they are. I mean, I'm watching. I'm not telling them yet, but I'm like, I can kind of tell how you're doing this. If you continue, this is where you're going to be. This is where your career is going to be. There are guys who are struggling, but they're still going. They're still on there. I think I have about 45, 46 students, somewhere around there. So
those that are struggling, and I always, as somebody who have spectacularly failed tests in my life, those that are struggling, okay, they may not end up where those guys will end up. Well, I think you're already kind of explaining it, that they may not end up in a place where they're starting out at 120 and could possibly be making 200, 250 in the future. Where realistically will those guys land? The ones that aren't, everybody don't get it the same way. But so where do you think they will land?
They're going to end up, if they continue on, they're going to end up being like analysts or auditors or project managers, or some sort of analysis or risk assessor, something where they don't really have to think too much about the tech, but they can manage it.
Okay.
And those guys, I know a few of them are, and I'm trying to one way. I'm letting them go through the class, but after the class, I'm like, this is how you need to go. Like they would be, it's like some of these guys would be really good, like cloud admins or managers in a hospital where they're doing like applications with patients and making sure that they're properly administered, but they're not doing technical work. They're actually they're managing engineers, but then they're dealing with money, like internal politics, the stuff that I hate. Like that's what they would be doing, and they have the skills and acumen to deal with that kind of stuff, those kind of activities. So those guys are I think are pretty good, but it's just a question of time before those guys get an opportunity. There's only a few guys who actually do have that problem that I see, the problem that I originally had, which was again, when I was 25 years old, I thought that a black person couldn't possibly work in IT, and those guys are there, and so I'm working on them. I'm like, I understand your problem. I'm going to treat you in a certain way. This is the best way I should do as a teacher, because I need to push you towards success, and you're destroying that path for yourself. So stop it. That's basically what it is. But these guys are smart. I'm looking at them like, you're totally smart. You're totally capable. Stop this. You're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
I know this. So I'm not giving up on you. You don't give up on you either. So anyway, that's a little deviation there.
No, good stuff. Good stuff. Emmanuel Asmar, hopefully I said that right. He says, "What is Theo's YouTube page? I can't find it. I tried typing Theo WAF with no success. Theo don't got a YouTube channel, as far as I know, but I put that there just in case you do have one that I don't know about."
No.
Okay.
No, I don't have a YouTube channel, and that's because I'm really successful. I talked about this at the Manosphere meetup. I'm really successful. I have my own life. I have the things that I like to do. And regarding the Manosphere, I'm a customer. I'm a super chatter. I'm a guy who comes up every once in a while and adds value. I'm not somebody who's going to think about what to talk about. You have to have a very different way of thinking out of doing this. And I see you and other guys. You guys are actually thinking about what to bring in next. What's your next show going to be? You have to be aware of like the pulse of the internet of what's going on. I don't have time for that.
Right.
I'm designing this or that on the cloud. I've got to get this done. I've got this deliverable. I miss my dogs. I'm talking to this person.
You and them damn dogs, man.
Right. I'm very practical. I'm like, I got to go out and take a walk. I have to go out with a trainer. I have to go get a treadmill. I got to go lose weight. I mean, this is the kind of things that I'm thinking about. I'm very practical. I don't have time to actually make content.
Right.
And so, I decided to make content for other people.
Yeah, it's people like yourself and JB. Shout out to Jonathan Barronville, who y'all don't have channels, but y'all play a very important, part, very integral to, integral to the success of the Black Manosphere. I'll go ahead and say it that way. Y'all play a very important part to it, behind the scenes. And so
SKC also.
Yeah, absolutely. SKC. Shout out to SKC. It's a lot of people like that content may not be their thing. Everybody's not for that. So you definitely that's definitely definitely an important role. Definitely an important role. But I think I think what a lot of people be wanting to know, they be wanting to know how to reach out to you and how to get a hold of you. But the email is theowaf@gmail.com if you want to get a hold of them, because people people be wanting to access you, man. They be wanting some access.
Yeah, they're going access, and then I have to tell them, straight out the truth. I mean, I'm like, I understand you want to take the class, but like we're already 5 weeks in.
Yeah.
Like what I'm doing right now, I can't back up. We're doing some hardcore stuff. And then other people want to know other information, and I'm like, I can't give you that information. I don't have time. You need to go to a Manosphere meetup. You actually need to go to a seminar. The next one's in Houston. The next big one is going to be in Houston. That's where you need to start. And it's sad. I mean, those guys are really asking for it. I'm like, I respect that you asking. You've definitely got some cojones. They go ask me about this. Good for you. I gotta respect that. But there's only the door is only open for so long, and that has to close. I have to focus on the success of those students who are in the pipeline. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna, believe me, there are some giants in my class, and I need to make sure that they are properly supported. I can't take a new one. So anyway, you want to get in contact with me? Go ahead and send emails. I'll at least get you on a list. I'll communicate with you for the Houston Manosphere meetup. That's the best I could do. Really, give you some advice. That's about it. Yeah. And class for women to take. Sorry, I focus on Black men. Because if you focus on Black men, you make them stable.
Wait, hold on. Did a woman in the chat room? Cause I can't.
Yeah,
I was looking at chat.
Kia,
a woman in the chat. Who was it? Who asked for? Was there a class for women? Well, yeah. I'll answer that one for you. There's no class that you can take to learn the skills to make the money, but you can stand in line and lobby for the position of cooking, cleaning, and ironing the drawers of ironing the underwear of one of the guys who passed who get through the course and is making all that money. If you can iron their drawers and iron their drawers and lick some balls properly, you may be able to get a piece of that money. How about that? How about that?
How about that? Yeah.
Freedman's Journal in the building.
I think it's funny when he says that. I'm like, how about that? Really, Obsidian? Really, dude?
Says twerking in public should be an automatic revocation of being in public privileges. Revoke all government zaddy. Oh, I hate that term, zaddy aid. But at least you said government zaddy. Okay. Anyway, I hate when just any random white dude get called zaddy. If you want to say big daddy government, okay, but don't just be calling random white dudes named Steve zaddy. Ugh, I hate when people do this. I have my things that annoy me. But anyway, he says hashtag no lace front. No lace. Okay, no lace front subsidy. All right. Thank you, Freedman's Journal. I do appreciate you. Sorry I had a hard time reading that. It was kind of far away and smaller, and I gotta fix this thing. But we got Wealth Engineering in the building. Says shout out to I'm saying shout out to Jonathan Bearfield because I see his name right there. But he says Jonathan Bearfield knows it and everyone else knows it, that it's a matter of time before he gets his own channel. Well, no, Jonathan, listen, it's something even bigger than his own channel is going on with JB, but I ain't even about to get into it today. We talked about us having our own platform, so nobody can cancel us. That's in the works right now. A whole completely separate platform, a separate site that will have all the functionality and capability of YouTube, that will be built from within, from the ground up by brothers. That's actually being worked on right now. And JB is the mastermind genius behind it. But I'll throw that out there. But hold on, but he says, thank you, Theo and JB, for motivating me to give super chat and support YouTube creators. Absolutely. And there's somebody else real quick. Shoot. I know I saw somebody else. If I missed you, I apologize. But Black Wolf Inc. in the building. He says, drop a link for Tommy Sotomayor. Oh, shoot. Absolutely. Let me make sure I do that. I didn't know he was in here. There it is. Link is in the chat room. Toya Son in the building says, plate fixing posse. Hashtag. Let me make that bigger. They make that. I can see it. Soft place to land. Stand in line and lobby. Underwear ironer. Right on.
Oh my God. So, yes. Hold on, just to make sure everything's good. Yeah. So I understand what JB is doing, and I'm part of what the Philly conference is going to be. It's going to be kind of like the blueprint groundwork for administration for his kind of idea. And so it'll be me focusing on creating the engineers who could actually do this, but they need to have a certain, what can I say, technical capability, and so that's why I want to go there and to Philly to actually be on site and actually do the training that's necessary to get this work, to get it done. So those guys will be able to do the first level of support for this kind of platform that JB is envisioning.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Little Big Nate. He says, "Did you say can't be canceled?" Yeah. Sorry, Little Big Nate. I know that's still a sore spot for you, but hey, drop the link, and moderators, y'all know what to do. After Little Big Nate dropped the link to his channel, y'all can start spamming out the chat room with his channel. And shout out to Tommy Sotomayor in the building. The link is in the chat. You know, I already said that whenever Tommy pull up in on one of these content creators channel, myself included, we roll out the red carpet and be dropping Coming to America rose petals. So Tommy, you definitely know you're welcome to come up. There's the link right there in the chat one more again if you want to come up. Let's see. We got, this is somebody. This ain't Tommy right here. This is somebody else. This ain't Tommy. We was just doing a recap of your appearance on Fresh and Fit. Thought it was a great show. Thought you definitely rocked the house. So yeah, you want to come up and have you say, you're more than welcome to do it. But for right now, we got Jay, a story to tell, in the building.
What's going on?
What's going on? You got the floor. You got the mic.
Wanted to touch on a few things. All right. First, you were saying, I guess I used the word worship, so you said they don't worship, but, they have a tribe of people, man, with deep pockets that are growing day by day, man, And I think the issue is you have these other content creators who feel that they should be controlling that market because I'm an alpha male, I got the muscles, I've been getting the women. But what they don't understand, that's not your market. Even if it wasn't Fresh and Fit, it wouldn't be you because you don't appeal to them. You have these dudes that, are the guys that get the women, but they almost like mock that market of people, so they'll never appeal to them like a Myron and like a Fresh do.
Yeah, I see what you. I definitely see what you're saying. That they do have a certain appeal to them. They do, and it's unique. But for me, I think it's just more so just the nature and structure of the platform that they built. I mean, just imagine, regardless of where you're at, like people try to say that a lot of their fans are a bunch of sex-starved incels or whatever, but no. Regardless of where you're at, whether you get a lot of women or you barely get any women at all, if you just scrolling through YouTube and their thumbnail popped up on your timeline and you looked at their show, where most of it is sometimes it's a goofy conversation. Sometimes the chick's just saying stupid stuff, but sometimes a chick will actually try to construct a halfway decent argument, and then they would then Myron more so than Fresh. Actually, 95% of the time is Myron doing the talking. Right. Myron will definitely do a good job of picking apart and properly responding and breaking down for men, basically what needs to be said and how they should think and how they should manage and how they should operate in certain situations. And so, I mean, it's a good show. It's a good program. The presentation is nice, and bouncy bimbos that sells as well.
Always,
so I mean,
right.
it's covering all the bases. It's covering all the bases. So it's a undefeated formula that they got going on there. So their show is going to be a success no matter what. Like, I mean, unless YouTube decide that they don't want that show on YouTube, then it's going to be there. They're going to pick up thousands of subscribers each month, and they're going to reign on. And then there's going to be some people who are going to have some hate for them, and it just is what it is.
And that's the thing, when I think it was one of your first super chats, the dude was like, protect them, and the all costs is excessive. We know what the exceptions to at all costs are. You know what I mean? We can automatically imagine what that is. But outside of that, because if we're trying to get them removed, the gun is only going to move over. It's not going to get hosted. It's going to just look for something else to shoot. You know what I mean? So definitely, it's almost like you go to the nightclub, you have that friend that gets drunk and acts up, and you know that you're going to have to throw some punches because he acted up. But when you get back to the house, you and him going to have one of them man-to-man conversations like, dog, what are you doing? Why every time we go out, you act stupid? So it's one of those things. You protect them in the midst of the nonsense because it just has to play itself out. The other thing with what you were saying about Derek Jackson, man. Derek Jackson's problem was he was almost like that parent that's like, do as I say, not as I do. It's like y'all be faithful to your wives, but me, I'm in these streets. You know what I mean? So just and I don't think we even wanted to cancel him. We just believed that he was lying the entire time.
Well, no, for me, it wasn't even that. I mean, well, one, I for damn sure didn't want to cancel him, but it was just I used to take the words that he said, regardless of whatever life he was living. I really didn't care about that. I wasn't digging into that. I used to just take the words that came out of his mouth and just pick apart what exactly was wrong with it and why it didn't make any sense and why it was counterproductive and why there was no practical application of what he was saying for a myriad of reasons. So that's where I was at with it, just thoroughly picking apart the absurdity of his simpery and him being the Pandalorian. So that's basically what I was on with it. That's with him shooting. And I said this to Obsidian before, and I'll bring Obsidian into the conversation. But I said this to Obsidian before. I was actually, slightly upset when that happened, that he got exposed for cheating on his wife and the whole thing, because I was like, I wanted to defeat his talking points and everything that was being said on even grounds, because the manosphere was blowing up, Kevin Samuels was blowing up, MTR was blowing up big time, O'Shea, everybody was coming at him, like the views of the manosphere was outweighing his views. And so I was like, hey, when he tried to come at Red Pill or Kevin Samuels or this or that, so many people did a reaction video to where his little 100K views he got, and we had all combining for millions of views on him. Like we basically shouted him down, then he not shouted him down, but basically outwit him, and then he shot himself in the foot. I was like, nah, don't. You was about to lose the race legitimately, then you gonna try to turn your ankle on purpose to make an excuse. Like, nah, we was on your ass. But anyway, that's my little thought and take on Derek Jackson. But either way it go. But without further ado, but Jay, let me make sure I get your name right. Rob J, a story to tell. Do appreciate you coming through and having you say. I'm gonna pass it over to the old man who ain't been on my show in about 2 weeks. I'm glad to have him back. I'm gonna pass the mic to Obsidian, but definitely thank you. Thank you for coming on through. But the old man in the building, you could pick it up wherever you want. We did talk about the event in Philly, or you could just pick up where we was talking about with Tommy Sotomayor, Fresh and Fit, and they're being canceled. I talked about how the real, I forget her name, Real Talk with Yanni, some chick with 200K subs, did an organized hit to try to cancel Fresh and Fit. We talked about a number of things. Pick it up wherever you want. Pick it up wherever you.
That's very interesting because what's going on, fellas? And we could talk about all of it because I got the afternoon to do this. So Yanni, let's start with her. So let's tack back to the incident, which is the statements that Fresh and Fit actually made. Mm-hmm. I've seen sisters online post up transcripts, so we know exactly what they said. They specifically used language like Shaniqua, Lakeisha. These are buzzwords that indicate class. Mm-hmm. They also said red bone black women. So let's be clear about this. Fresh and Fit were not against all black women. They were not using their own statements. They were not against black women writ large. They were against certain types of black women. Lower class black women, darker skinned black women. Now, I'm not saying people don't have a right to disagree. I'm not saying that Yanni doesn't have a right to disagree, but at least get the facts straight. This idea that Fresh and Fit are against black women writ large, that's just not true. And I will take it a step further with regard to Yanni, who, by the way, isn't dark skinned, but she could be ghetto. And maybe that might have something to do with why she's all hot and bothered and wants to organize a cancel campaign. If I mean, the old adage applies here. If it don't apply, let it fly. So clearly she's bothered by it. Might that mean that she's ghetto? I mean, heavier women are, and this isn't my opinion. This is scientific fact. Heavier women are indeed associated with lower socioeconomic status and class. And we all know that Yanni has had serious weight struggles to the point of having it medically intervened. In other words, she had weight loss surgery at a very young age. So could that apply? Could that have anything to do with why she wants to cancel Fresh and Fit? Because if you're a black woman and none of what they're saying applies to you, why do you care?
Good question. I mean, you threw out some stuff about her that I didn't know. Like I said in my whole little opening diatribe, I don't know nothing about her other than just one video that I saw her do a reaction to something that Cynthia G said, and I know that I've heard some people say that her talking points are similar on the Cynthia G spectrum, so to speak. I've heard somebody say that. That was.
I don't know if I go that far. I don't know if I go as far as
okay.
I'm not an expert on all things Yanni read or Real Talk with Yanni. She calls herself these days. But I am familiar with some of her material, and I wouldn't go so far as to say that she's as extreme as Cynthia G. I wouldn't go that far. No.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know more about her than what I do. I just only thing I knew, like I said, that one I saw her do one of her videos popped up. I did watch that, and I saw on her community tab that wow, like she literally tried to organize. I mean, the way she did it, I mean, it was pretty structured, where she gave them the exact blueprint of exactly what to do, how to do it.
Now here's the thing with that.
Okay, go ahead.
You do realize that doing something like that runs the risk of you losing your platform on YouTube, right?
Oh, that's right.
That's against the terms of service of YouTube. Organizing, flagging campaigns and stuff like that. That can get you run off of YouTube. I don't know if she's aware of that. I would like to think she is. I hope she's aware of the fact that she's in violation of YouTube terms of service. And Fresh and Fit, I'm not defending it. I'm not justifying it. I'm just observing a fact. Fresh and Fit are very how do I say, very pedantic about enforcing the terms of service when it comes to their brand. So I'm just saying, I don't want anybody canceled. You were talking earlier, right before I came up, about Derek Jackson being canceled. I don't want anybody canceled. I want everybody to be able to have their say, because whether I agree with them or not, we're all Americans. I want them to have their right to have their say. And that brings me to, let me segue real quick to the Jackson piece, is I agree with you, Bernard. I do in a sense. There's a wonderful scene in the film Troy. You ever seen Troy?
Yeah.
There's a wonderful scene in Troy where Brad Pitt, playing the iconic Achilles, goes mano a mano against Prince Hector, Prince of Troy. And they going at it, duking it out. And at one point in their duel, Hector trips over a rock. And Achilles says, "Get up, Prince of Troy. Get up. I don't want my glory taken from me by a rock. Get up." See, what happened with Derek last spring? That was his Prince Hector moment. See, I agree with you. We're like, get up, Derek, get up. Get up. We don't want our glory taken by you by your little scandal. Get up. Get up. We want you to take all this work on your feet. On your feet. Get up. So yeah, I do feel kind of a little bit cheated. A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Let's well, I don't know if I want to move go right to the event in Philly just yet. Did you happen to watch the stream last night when Tommy Sotomayor was on?
You know what? I meant to do it, but I didn't. I'm in the and there's been apparently my name came up several times at some point, and
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
apparently my name came up, and apparently there's been some things said about it. So I want to address that. But or I can't really address it because I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the show. I want to talk about it. Let me say that. I want to talk about it because I don't know what was actually said. All I know is that my name came up. People were saying, "Yeah, I'm saying your name came up," you know. But I'm in the midst of putting the finishing touches on my second book. And as you and Theo have already alluded to, I'm also working on a major event here in Philly. So to tell you the truth, I'm not able to keep on top of everything that goes down. I had meant to watch it. I probably will watch the replay this weekend, probably. But I'm in the final days of finishing a book. And then I got to turn my full attention to the event. And I got other things to work with that. So I got a full plate. I wasn't able to do it.
I saw the replay, parts of the replay this morning at breakfast.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, on your level, you would probably say, and just keep on going. You got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a certain level that I like, if I'm on a live stream, I'll go in there. If I have to go and do a defense, I will. Yeah. I was like, given the environment, you'd probably just keep on going.
Yeah. So I mean, but it seems like I'm not sure. Y'all guys correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all guys in the chat room correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding of it was my name came up, and the argument was that these guys either did know me or didn't know me. I don't know.
Somebody super chatted and said oddly worded sentence. It was something like, "What about Obsidian?" or something like that. Or somebody mentioned your name in a super chat, and then Myron and Tommy were well, Myron said he don't know you, or no, Myron said something like that, like he got no thoughts on it or something like that, and Tommy basically just said, Tommy said, "I don't know him like that." Like, but I don't know. The person was just fishing. Whoever it was, I don't even know who it was. I didn't recognize the name, but the person was fishing.
Obsidian? Well, what about Obsidian in relation to what?
I don't know. That's why I said it was an oddly worded, oddly timed sentence. It was. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was of nothing. Of nothing. I mean, it's like it's something that happens in the manosphere and live streams. Just keep on going.
Yeah. It wasn't the guy he super chatted $5 and that didn't get acknowledged. Then he super chatted $20 and that didn't get acknowledged. So basically, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who the dude was. Maybe he was just trying to stir something up, but he was just trying to get them. He was just trying to get them to say your name and react to it. That and they just they I mean, in my opinion, they did the right thing. Just dismissed it because somebody was clearly just trying to stir something up. So they just
and my thing is how? I mean, because
I don't know.
With regard to Sotomayor, I used to write for his website. He never paid me, so I didn't work for him. But I used to write for his website years ago. Okay. That's the extent of our connection.
Hold on, just let me want to make it clear. When you said he never paid you, it wasn't like he was supposed to pay you. It was just
no. I mean, he didn't jip me anything like that. No.
Okay, good.
No, it wasn't anything like that. It was just I was just pro bono writing pieces for his site.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And that's the extent of our connection, and that's now 2022. You're looking at better part of 5-6 years ago, at least. So there's that. With regard to Fresh and Fit, I don't have any connection to them at all. But I did speak on their behalf, given the current situation, not even with Asian Doll, although I guess that's how it's being typified, the Asian Doll controversy. Really, my question is this. Fresh and Fit brings the question to the floor, which is this. Do black men have a right to their preferences in a mate and to say those preferences publicly or not? Black women, they're not all, of course, but I'm talking about the loudest voices in the room. Their position is very clear. No, you don't have, A, you don't have a right to your own preferences, and B, you don't have a right to state it publicly.
Yep, correct.
That is their position.
Yep, that's correct. Yep, 100%.
That's why I meant with this. The fresh and fit thing really boils down to that. Black women have a right to their preference, and they have a right to be very exacting about it and very public about it. But black men do not have a right to their preference, nor do they have a right to speak about it publicly. It has to be whispered and hushed, like you're in the closet or something.
Correct. Extremely frustrating. I cannot believe they say that crap. I mean, when they do it online on channels, I just go after them straight out. It is entirely frustrating that they even have the idea that they could do it, and they do it because they know they're in a losing position. You don't see no Asian girls even concerned about who I like, because they're like, they're totally confident.
Yeah,
Latinas
the same way. They don't care.
Yeah.
Well, I heard a black woman she has a YouTube channel. I heard her say, and she didn't. I don't even think she didn't mean no harm when she said it, but she said in her eyes, from her perspective, yeah, black men, we belong to her. That like she worded it that way, and she relax, Theo, relax. She wasn't even trying to be mean or disrespectful about it, but she was serious. She said it from the heart, Theo. She said it from the heart. She feels like black men belong to her. And I was sitting there listening like
and a lot of black women really do believe that. That's the reason why when I used to play music on the air here on YouTube, I used to play a tune that originally started with Carly Simon called "You Belong to Me." Now, if you're black and of a certain age, you probably are more familiar with the Anita Baker cover of it, which is excellent.
Yeah.
You belong to me. And a lot of black women really do believe that. They really do believe it. Now, my position is no woman of any color belongs to me. I got to do what every other man has to do. I have to get out and compete and beat out whatever competition for whatever woman I want. And if I win, I win. And if I lose, that's just the way it goes. That's always been my position. I don't consider any black woman my woman that I ain't competed for and won her hand. That's how I look at it. But black women don't see it that way.
Yeah, what I would ask is that to the person who said black men belong to her, I'm like, even the ones you reject or leave on red, or like, are the ones that you reject, are they free to move about the country, or do they still belong to you? Like, how do you?
And interestingly enough, the answer is no. They want the brothers. I even wrote about this in the book. You know about this, Bernard. The idea of the right to first refusal. That's what some brothers refer to it. We can debate about whether that's accurate or not. But for now, we'll roll with that. The right to first refusal. A lot of black women want to be able to reject brothers and just keep them kind of like in a encased glass case, like a fire extinguisher in case of emergency, break glass. They just want a brother to just stay there in stasis, kind of like in a phantom zone or something, and just keep them there. They're not supposed to go anywhere else. They're supposed to stay there until such time as they're needed. In case of emergency, break glass. That's what a lot of black women think about the rejected brothers. They want them to stay there.
Yeah, that's a trip. That's a trip. That's definitely a trip. Go ahead, Theo. You was about to say something.
I'm just thinking, like, the only ones who can say I belong to them are QT and Chewbacca. That's it. Outside of that, no one can say I belong to them. No one. Maybe my father. He could say that. My dad, I respect that with him. My mom, nope. But dad, yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, and let me go to this Asian doll piece, since that's part of the story as well. Once again, these men have a right to run it. Now, so that we're clear, I do have my concerns and critiques of Fresh and Fit, no doubt about it. But when it comes to their right to run their show as they see fit, they have, again, do black men have any boundaries that black women are bound to respect? Yes or no? The answer is no. Black women can go anywhere black men are and act a plumb fool, and black men just have to take it.
Yep, you're right. Yep.
So even on their own show, first of all, the thing that really pissed me off about that, she arrives at the show 2 hours late. That's my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
She arrives 2 hours late. So right off the rip, I'm pissed, because say what you want about Fresh and Fit, they are running a business.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to like it, you don't have to agree with it, but they are running a business, and businesses operate by timelines and schedules. So if the show was supposed to start a certain time and you're supposed to have a certain guest, that is what it's supposed to be. So her coming there 2 hours late is, in my opinion, taking a huge dump on these guys right off the rip.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're going to be that late for whatever reason, you know what? Just call ahead. We got to reschedule. I'm really jacked up here. I'm sorry. She didn't do that. Whatever the reason, however they worked it out, fine. But once you get there, you would think that she would be a lady and conduct herself as such. She didn't do that. So as far as I'm concerned, Fresh and Fit have a right to do whatever they need to do on their show to maintain the integrity of their show. They have a right to do that. But black women don't respect. And here's the thing about that, fellas. So we know about black women online. We talked about Cynthia G, Yanni Red. I mean, there are a lot of black women. They kind of like at the tip of the spear. But there's a whole lot of black women online always talking about black men ain't building this, black men ain't doing that. When black men do build something, black women want to come and act a fool on it, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all saw what happened 2 years, a year ago with the average at best chick. We all saw what happened there. Damn your show, damn your topic, damn your time. I want you to talk about what I want to talk about for the free. For the free.
Mm-hmm.
Damn consent. Damn your boundaries. Only black men have to put up with this crap. Only black men. And we're just supposed to take it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem I have with this. Those brothers have a right to run their show any way they goddamn well please. And if black women don't like it, they can take their ass the fuck on.
Mm-hmm.
They did it to Kevin. They did it to the Myron. There are black women that try to do it to Tommy. Every brother in existence that's got a show, black women think they got a right to act a goddamn fool.
Yep. Let me comment on this real quick. This is one of my dilemmas that I've always had, because you guys know I'm half white, half black. And when I was operating, of course, my foot when I was younger was much more solidly put into the white side. But I saw this behavior on the black side, and I'd be looking at it like, this is horrible, but I couldn't say anything. And then I would go to my white friends, and they were like, why aren't you with black girls? And I'm like, do you see this? Do you see what they're doing? Do you see this behavior? And they thought it was just fine, or they thought it was something in the community or something like that. And I'm looking at them like, I will not be treated this way. I cannot possibly be treated this way. It's impossible. I will not tolerate this. And I was sat there again, particularly when I was younger, my teens and early 20s. I just sat back and I was like, "This is an impossible situation. I don't know how this would possibly happen." And so this actually promoted me, doing my study abroads, going to Russia, going to France. I still can't understand it, and I still can't. To my white friends, I cannot talk to them about this because I know they won't understand. And I'm just like, I'm totally lost. I don't know what black men are the only ones who understand this point.
Yeah. And it's something that, and it's clear to me that if black men, like you said, you can't talk to white men and things like that. That's the reason why I helped to create the Black Manosphere, is because this is an issue that if black men don't speak up about it, it will never stop. It'll never stop if we don't do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my thinking is this. I can't speak for Fresh and Fit. There was a brother in the chat room saying I'm trying to get in their good graces. Hey, look, man, this ain't about me trying to get anything from Fresh and Fit. I don't want their money. I don't want their fame. I'm trying to stand up for what's right. Black men, do they have a right to their own bodily integrity, to their own property, to their own boundaries or not? And in the minds of many, not all, but many black women, we don't.
Correct. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We saw what happened with the brother down in Texas, the brother Kevin Kelly with the country kitchen incident. Sisters, twerking on the furniture. He pleading with them, begging them, please don't do that. He had to act a goddamn fool before they finally stopped. That's what black women respect. They don't respect the brother trying to act halfway decent. They don't respect a Sidney Poitier type brother. No, they respect an idiot. They respect Mighty Joe Young.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Ace in Spades in the building. Says, I think she realized she was a prop when they asked her to come on Fresh and Fit. It's probably possible that they wanted her to do something similar to what with Tommy Sotomayor, anybody who got any type of name or status. They come on and do a one-on-one, and then they do the after show, the after hours show with the girls or whatever. So they probably was going to do something along the lines of a one-on-one with her. But hell, when you come 2 hours late, you just gotta pull up a chair with everybody else. So I don't know for sure if that's what happened, but it's a good possibility that that's what happened. So, but yeah, I've always said on the show the girls are interchangeable props. So I mean.
Well, if she felt that way about it, why she even bother to come then? She's in the power position. My understanding is that she got far and away more followers. I mean, that's the way it works these days with the social media, right? She's got way more followers and so on and so forth than Fresh and Fit. If that's how she felt about it, why she go on the show?
Yeah. We don't know how she felt about it. We just know that she got rude when she came. That's the only thing we know. We don't know exactly how she felt about it. It's hard to pinpoint how she felt about it, but I do think she did do enough to legitimately get asked to leave the show. And then she didn't leave when she was asked to leave. It's like she didn't want to leave when she was getting put out. Then when Myron gave up and stopped trying to put her out, all right, I'm gone now. I'll leave now.
And the part about because a number of people wanted to make a hay about the fact that Myron kind of backed down. It was I don't know if it's a manager or a bodyguard. Yeah. I can't speak for that. I can tell you what I would do. So this is the reason why I'm a member of an exclusive club. You see the background where I'm at right there in my avatar. See, if I tell you got to get out the premises, what happens next? So there used to be like Westerns. I used to watch Westerns when I was a kid. So you had the saloon, you had the rusty spoon or whatever, and you got the cow rustler guy, acting the fool. And you know what happens? The deputies throw his ass out into the dirt.
They get him by the back of his pants and the back of his collar and toss him across.
That's right. And you take your hat with you. They throw that back behind. Now, my thinking is this. I'm up in the pyramid club. You act a fool or you got the role. I make a motion to the security guard. And if you don't leave under your own recognizance, you will be escorted out.
Yeah. That was they was in a situation. I talked about that. And yeah, I had a little fun with it. But overall, he was legit in a bad situation where a dude sitting there saying, "No, she ain't gotta leave." And then
see, this is where you gotta have really big. So this is where you gotta have like a cadre of really big, fearsome looking sumo yakuza looking type dudes with dark suits and glasses. Just like you got about 5 or 6 of them. And all you gotta do is just make a motion to you're not gonna leave the property. Now you're in criminal trespass. You do realize you're in criminal trespass. You're not gonna leave the property. Okay, then you just make a motion to the Yakuza guys. Okay.
Yeah,
they take care of it.
They need security in there. They know their fans are butts about it. They need some proper security. They definitely.
Theo will enjoy this little segue. He'll enjoy this because he knows about that Japanese life. So I have a real good friend of mine, Asian guy, and he spends a lot of time in South Korea and Japan. So he told me one time, this is years ago. He told me this is how the Yakuza get down. He said they was eating in a restaurant in Japan, Tokyo. And it was broad daylight too. It was like lunchtime. About 3 or 4 Cadillac limousines pulled up in front of the restaurant. These big sumo type dudes got out, like half a dozen of them. They marched in a straight line in the restaurant, went straight to the back, to the manager's office. All you heard was all kind of beat down. And then they all walked right back out, got back in their limousines and drove off. everybody, and they didn't even stop. They didn't skip a beat. People kept right on eating. Because he said over in Japan, they don't do what we doing here in America. You see something, you say something, you interview. Oh no, they don't do that in Japan. They mind their business.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you might know a little something about that, Theo.
No, that's exactly correct. You mind your business. You don't say anything. And if like, I've had those kind of situations in Japan. So if the Yakuza looked at me, I would have said, like, I'm sorry, I don't speak in Japanese. I want to act like a stupid American as fast as I can, but respectful, and just give a full bow and say, I'm sorry, and go about your business. Don't look back. Then they don't mess with you.
Oh yeah, apparently, and the view is if the Yakuza come to see you, it's because for a very good reason.
It's for a good reason. Yeah.
They just don't go around messing with civilians on the regular. They don't do that. They don't get down like that. If they come to see you, it's for a real good reason, man.
Yeah, you deserve it. Yeah, you've done something. So I just remember though, because my wife back then, she would say she could point out the Yakuza a bit better than I could, and she would just tell me real quick, like, Theo, like, be on your best behavior right now, like, be especially polite. And don't say anything bad. And I'm like, okay. So I'd be walking in certain sections, and then like somebody would knock into me. I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. And then they would just say, okay, and they'd keep on going. It was fine. I didn't know it was Yakuza. My wife would tell me later I'd hit a Yakuza.
Sir Tice in the building says, let them live. Oh man, I think you're referring to the table twerkers at people respectable establishment. Somebody came on my show.
I would have it's in Black America, you gotta have the American laws and so forth. So I would have, you got they call them studs, I guess they call them now. You got the lovely ladies that are studly. Listen, I would have an establishment, and I would have me a special division of knucklehead busters that only deal with unruly ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to lead the property. I always ask first. I'm asking you to lead the property. You're not going to lead the property because now you're in violation of criminal trespass. That is a crime. You're not going to lead the property. Okay, then the lady goons escort you out. They'll escort you out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people have suggested that as well. Female security guards. On more on the stud spectrum, look like get some of them WNBA built broads in there, rough the chicks up and throw them out. A lot of people have suggested that.
Yeah, say that she go down the steps.
Going down, talk about Japan again. There were certain places that I didn't know about that actually I was not permitted to go into, but I didn't know it. So I would go into them, and then they would look at me and they would say a certain few words, and I knew right then and there I had the choice to either leave peaceably with my health fully intact, or I could go out of there on a stretcher. And they weren't playing around. They weren't going to give me a second chance. And every time I would bow to them and say, I'm sorry, and leave. They're like, okay, yeah, he's a good American. He did his job. And he wasn't supposed to be here. And so, I think if you put that kind of woman like Asia Doll into Japan, into that kind of situation, she'd be out on a stretcher. They wouldn't care. They'd just do it right then and there.
Mm.
Yeah, we would have to do it a little bit differently than they do over in Japan because we got different laws like that. So we obviously can't have men, escorting ladies from the property. We have to have ladies to escort ladies from the property.
Which I think is ridiculous. I really do, because it's putting men in a position in which if they do anything to exercise, what can I say, dominion or proper authority or respect over their property, then they could actually go to jail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is ridiculous, man. This is again, I'm here in Brazil right now. This would be impossible to see here. If a woman were in a place where she's not supposed to be, she would be told to leave. And if she doesn't leave, they would throw her out. This is the way it is. But she would also know to not be there, or that she would know to say that she's sorry and turn around and go. There wouldn't be any confrontation or attitude. I haven't seen any Brazilian women here with attitude yet. I've been here now. This is my second month. None. They're all wonderful.
Yeah. So that brings us to the events. Since I brought up my social club, Pyramid Club. Yeah, there's going to be a big event coming up in the spring. I don't want to go into all the details right now, but there's going to be a big event. Me, Theo, Bernard, and some other brothers. We're going to team up again. It's going to be a mini, a kind of a Black Manosphere meetup of sorts. It's not a full-on Black Manosphere meetup. Black Manosphere meetup 2022 coming up in the fall of this year. But this is going to be it's in the same universe, and it's going to be. I'm really excited about it. And that it kind of goes back to the Fresh and 50, because this is something. And I was talking about Chris Williamson the other day, Bernard, and he does make a point. I do concede his point on this. If there is a lesson for Fresh and Fit out of this, I'm not saying they got to do it today. At some point, they're going to have to revisit their policy of bringing thoughts and bimbos up into the mix on the regular. Because at this point now, it's getting to be a problem, to a point where every show there's some type of drama. And my understanding is that one of the more recent shows, a pistol was involved. Woman pulled out a pistol or something like that. So I mean, it's getting to a point now where it's getting out of hand. I don't allow something like that where I'm at. I don't deal with thoughts. I don't deal with bimbos. I'm not allowing that. They can't come up in where we at. We're not allowing that. So yeah, I think Fresh and Fit do need to give some thought, pardon the pun, to having all these thoughts and bimbos and knuckleheads up in a spot, because I really am fearful that somebody's going to get seriously hurt or worse.
Yeah, I do think it's a matter of time that something will happen. That, like the situation that just happened. In if Myron would have did as little as, let's just say, for example, when the guy was saying, "No, she ain't got to leave, she ain't going nowhere." If Myron would have just said, "No, both of y'all getting Myron would have said, "No, both of y'all getting the F up out of here," or whatever. If he would have went there with it, him and that dude would have been full blown. They'd have been going to blows, if not a gun getting pulled out. Right there, live with the camera rolling. Their $1 million business is gone. After that, it's gone. So,
and it does speak to a degree of recklessness. And that's not good for business. Any form of volatility is not good for business.
Well, and I've argued that it's part of their business strategy, though, to be on that edge, to be right on that edge. So I don't know if they're going to get rid of that element, especially while they're growing the way that they're growing. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's a conscious decision that they've made, that they're going to be on that edge. And it only time will tell whether or not it will pay off. You don't.
I don't want anything. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but I'm really fearful that is going in that direction. It's only a matter of time, not a if but when somebody messes around and gets seriously, and then you got lawsuits and all kind of crazy stuff. So I'm hoping they can figure out some kind of way. See, they're doing the Howard Stern thing. For those of you that are not old enough to remember Howard Stern in his heyday, they're doing the Howard Stern thing. Howard Stern would do his radio show. He had Robin with him, and they bring in the porn stars and the adult film stars, and they would do racy stuff. See, you can do that with white folks, because you can do that with them. See, with us, we have really poor impulse control. We don't know where the line is, where to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you can do that. Howard Stern can do that. But see, with us, I mean, it gets really tricky doing something like that, because you don't know when to stop.
No, this is actually correct. So yeah, on the white side, this is when they would actually look over and say, what's wrong? Like, because there's a limit, you're crossing it. Like, why are you doing this? Because we know not to cross this limit, somebody gets shot. So
somebody get beat up or whatever. I mean, it's just, I'm like, yo, come on, man. Look, man, there's a reason why we founded the Black Manosphere. At least I did. There's a reason why there's a different, Black people are a different animal than the rest of the country. And you can make of that what you will. I mean, when I came to the realization of that, and it really sat in when I was doing my work, speaking of Derek Jackson, I was doing my research in the spring of 2019. And it just really dawned on me. You got 1,000 black women in attendance at this piece. Standing room only. Black women on walkers, old enough to be this man's grandma up in this piece. There is no white analog to that. There is none. That's unique to Black America. We could debate why, how we got here, who shot John. Bottom line, that's a unique thing. You had a few white women in there, but it was overwhelmingly black women. Overwhelmingly. And so that's just really, that piece right there alone just really brought it all home. I mean, you know what, man? You are dealing with a unique phenomenon in American life, and that is the ADOS black situation here, and you're going to have to address it as such. You cannot just generalized, dating coaching thing or whatever. No, this is a unique black issue that has to be addressed as such.
Casual observer in the building says, "Old man hire trans women and stud security guards."
Oh yeah, they're going to leave the property one way or another.
Black Wolf Inc. in the building. He says, let me make that bigger, make sure I can see it and get it right. Says Myron was going to grab his gun. Okay, hold on. He said Myron was going to grab his gun, but Agent Dow and her manager left. They are going to cut down on full-blown thoughts and ratchets, plus they check bags. Yeah, I've always said they should have been checking bags. Yeah, check bags.
They need a full-on metal detector when they pass through there. They got enough money to put. That's what I would do. I would install a straight arch when you walk through. Okay, can you walk through and take your belt off? Can you walk through again? Yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah, do it like the airport. Yeah. Yeah. They got to do all that, especially because some of the chicks, they bring dudes in there. When they pan the camera over to the couch off to the side, yeah, it'd be dudes there, and yeah. Especially bringing in somebody like Agent Dow, she come in with some guys with her. I mean, she's a celebrity.
She had her own entourage and whatever. Yeah.
So the entourage carry the guns. The celebrity don't carry the guns, so they can stay clean. But the entourage be packing. So yeah. They got.
We're not going to allow that. Well, matter of fact, at the event in Philly, I'll put this out right now because we had an incident. I don't want to go into the names and the weeds, but the bottom line was there was individuals online that call themselves going to dox us and all this sort of thing, and they release footage from the last event, and it come to find out that footage came from cell phones, smartphone footage, and that's not going to happen this time in Philly. See, part of the deal is you got to check your phone in order to be up in here. For one thing, the club it's a private club. It's not open to the general public. It's private. So the members there have a right to privacy. So you can't just be up in there just taping stuff, because you got people up in there, very important people, and they're supposed to be having their privacy. So that's one reason. The other reason is because we're not going to have that incident that we had last year. That ain't going to happen again. The only footage that you see will be officially sanctioned footage from the Black Manosphere Meetup Incorporated, so to speak. We have our own official video guys, and they will be doing it. No leaked smartphone stuff, because everybody in there for our event has to check their smartphone at the door. And you'll get it back when you leave the building, but when you come in, you got to check your smartphone.
The RX-O in the building says, "Greetings, gentlemen. Theo wife, I've always been viewed as abnormal in the eyes of other blacks. How do you personally adjust to being the outcast among your black male peers as well as the women?" Good question. So Theo, okay, go ahead. You got it.
I'll go and answer that. So my parents stated to me that I was not to deal with racism when I was growing up. And if there was any racism at all, then they were the ones who would deal with it. I was to read books, go to libraries, study, go outside and play, and just be a kid. And racism was for adults. And so later on, I could deal with that, but not as a child. So for the most part, because they had that policy, I was pretty much shielded from those kinds of events that you're talking about. Now, they weren't able to entirely shield me from that abnormal thing that you're talking about with other black kids. But in one way, I was shielded because I was in high track. So I was usually the only black kid in the high track classes, and then I was shielded in there. So in that case, I was like in a different world, like in junior high and high school. So I didn't have to deal with it. It wasn't until I was in university. This is actually by pretty much my parents' design. It wasn't until I was university where I chose to be with black people first. So I said, okay, I'm gonna let people go over to the side, white people go over to the side. I know them. I'm gonna be with my black group first. I'm gonna go to all the black meetings, and that's where I got, let's say, a different kind of critique about how I acted, and I didn't really care. It really wasn't until I studied Malcolm X really hardcore, and I studied other thinkers. And I was in Japan and then France and Japan, where I said, nah, I really want to embrace being black first. And that's where it really happened. So when I came back to America in 2010, I was mainly a black person coming back. That's how I saw myself.
Interesting. Obsidian, I'm just struggling on what to call it, but the meetup, the event in Philly, I'll just say that the event in Philly, what exactly will more or less be the theme of it? There was a IT, the original Black Manosphere meetup was basically an IT event. One half of it was a Black Manosphere event where it was kind of played by ear to some degree, but the IT event was the main thing where we knew exactly what was going down and what Theo was going to be doing and going to be teaching in there. With this event, I'm assuming it'll be 1 day long, or you can answer that one 1 or 2 days, or how long will this event be?
No, it's going to be the weekend.
Oh, okay. It'll be the weekend.
It'll be very similar to the Black Manosphere meetup. Just have some differences, but it's very similar. It's very similar in format.
Okay, so would there be an IT element of it? Is that going to be part of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Good. Yeah.
So I will be doing some rather decent, like advanced level cloud engineering for the students. These are for the students who really want to specialize. So they need to be there, but it is about the project related to JB.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, cool. I like it. Yeah, so these would be people who are already got their foot in the door. This is just taking them to the next level, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
With this one, okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'm liking it. And then, so I guess after that, then the next one will be more or less kind of what we did at the at the Manosphere meetup it was 2 different days of it. I guess I'm forgetting. I think on Friday was the day where we actually, where the Manosphere more or less did his thing. So it's going to be that on 1 day of it. So yeah, that'd be cool.
So yeah, very similar. I'm going to be having I'm going to be doing my thing on Friday. Theo's going to be doing this thing on Saturday.
Yeah.
Everybody fly out on Sunday. So yeah,
got it.
It'll be very similar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I definitely like that.
Oh, and the other thing too. I'm glad you mentioned the Black Manosphere meetup. Okay, so if you attended the Black Manosphere meetup, okay, the whole theme for this, like I said, is going to be held at my private social club. So this will be, for the most part, restricted, not totally, but restricted. Let me put it this way: this members will get or alums. You're an alumni of the Black Manosphere Meetup 2021. You're a class of 2021, so to speak. You will get first digs to be able to attend. Ideally, we want guys that have already been verified. We just don't want dudes rolling in off the street if we can help it. We want guys that we already know, that have been verified, and that could be there. Membership has its privileges. So we're not going to be doing the fresh and fit deal where, you got people coming up in and you don't know what they got, who they are, and all. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
No, it's going to be a classy affair.
Yeah.
This will be a very classy affair. Yeah, this will be very good. So this will be like, again, where I'm not saying everything, but what Obsidian is saying to me privately is, I'll look back and I'm like, wow, I'm going to learn something here. this is going to be good. So I'm liking what I'm hearing so far.
Yep. No, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. We got somebody, let's see, who is this? Says TJ is the name. Okay, and he's gone. Yeah. I was a little skeptical of that one. I was a little nervous about bringing that one up, given the events of Lapeef Network. I was just about to take a chance on somebody, but yeah, it's gotta be careful just bringing people up nowadays. But he left and he got up out of there.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else on the guest list that you can not me on the I guess on the presenting end of the event?
Well, I have some names in mind. I don't want to go into the weeds with it right now, but I do have a few names in mind. We have one that's confirmed. Maybe we can squeeze in another. But I don't want to, be shouting anybody out because we don't want to try to do things the right way. We want to confirm things first and work everything out, get the details straight. But I do have some people in mind. We do have one brother that is committed to coming. So yeah, so it's gonna be me, you, Theo. We got another brother, and we're trying to get another brother in to do stuff. The whole piece, I'll just go ahead and let this slip because it's based on my book. The Book of Obsidian, with the emphasis on the subtitle, A Manual for the 21st Century Black American Gentleman. We need more gentlemen now. We got brothers that are thugs. We got brothers, Pookie and Ray, educated. Great. We need more gentlemen. And that's what this event is built around, that concept. And it's going to be based on my book. And, being well-rounded, making money in a 21st century way. That's the reason why the Black Manosphere meetup writ large has a heavy focus on STEM and IT. And so yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. And we're gonna work in that vein to because we need more brothers that are gentlemen. And I'll tell you, I want to see. Here's the thing with me, Bernard and Theo. See, my thing for 2022 is this. It's a two-prong approach. So we'll deal with the fellas first. If you don't like something, like we was talking about Derek Jackson, for example, I disagree with Derek Jackson. Everybody knows that. Mm-hmm. And when I went to that event in 2019, and I was sitting there looking at this spectacle, I described it many times. And a voice just went off in my head, said, God damn it, Mark, Obsidian. If these guys can do this, what is your excuse? You mean to tell me you're going to let these guys outperform you, man? Is that what we're saying? You're going to let these dudes put one over on you? I was like, no. I decided right then and there. I don't know if I ever said this before. I decided right then and there, God damn it, I'm going to, now what they got here is impressive. They got to be impressive operation. Make no mistake about it. But I can do better. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I said this to myself back in May 4th, 2019. I'll never forget it, Saturday. I'm sitting there. I said, God damn it, I'm going to do something about this. I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know when. But I know I'm going to do it. Somehow it's going to happen. 2 years later, what do we got? So as far as I am concerned, and now we're going into 3 years later, and we getting ready to do this other thing here. Yeah, if you are a man, I was raised by my father and grandfather, both Marines, Devil Dogs, Montford Point Marines. They taught me that a man, if you got a critique about something, then you also have to provide a solution too. It's fair. It's fair to have your critique. That's fair. But what are you going to do about it? And I decided to do so. I ain't care for the way Derek Jackson got down, and I did something about it. It's called the Book of Obsidian. Went on to become a #1 bestseller. Okay, I did something about it. Now I'm going to take it a step further with what we're about to do in the spring, and then again in the fall, we're going to take it a step further. So my challenge to any man in 2022, we need more action, not more rhetoric. If you don't like something that another man does, that's fine. Go ahead Make your critique. Now, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? In the real world, what are you going to do? Do something. Now, that brings me to the lovely ladies. Because we all heard what they've been saying for the past 3-4 years now. They've had their say. God knows they've had their say.
Goodness gracious.
Okay? All right, fair enough. So the question becomes this. If the brothers you claim to want show up, now what? See, I think what you've been saying, Bernard, is the truth. And the truth is this. There is a percentage. We could debate what that percentage is. We could debate it. But there's a percentage of black women for whom no matter what you do, they ain't going to fall in line. No matter what. But they ain't going to say it. Because like I was saying last night on Jessica's show, and I talked about this recently with regard to Cynthia G. See, the reason why I respect Cynthia G is because she's cool with letting her crazy flag fly. She's good with it. She has no compunctions letting you know that she is straight out of her gourd. See, there are other black women. They're very apprehensive with just straight up letting their crazy flag fly. That's the reason why Cynthia G is so popular, because she speaks for them. They can put her out there. I'm crazy as much as she is, but I ain't gonna put it out there like that. So she says things that are just straight up. That's the reason why I said I don't think Yanni is as extreme as Cynthia G. I don't think she's at that extreme. Because you have to be crazy to say some stuff that she be saying. You have to be just straight out of your mind. And I believe she is. But I also believe that she's not alone. There is a group of black women, whoever they are, whatever the percentage is, no matter what you do, they ain't gonna get on board. We need to call their bluff. See, a lot of black women honestly think this. They think, and this is the reason why they're so, Yanni is, trying to cancel people and all this. So we've been to the dance before on that, and we know it ain't gonna work. That's why I'm like, yeah, I ain't paying no attention to none of that. See, a lot of black women, because, and we do bear some, we meaning black men writ large, bear some degree of responsibility on this. See, black women have been used to a certain cadre of black men that are ineffective, incompetent, irresponsible. Okay. They're used to them kind of like being the face of black men. So they don't expect black men to actually get anything done or do anything. And that's the reason why they're so taken aback by the black manosphere. Because they didn't see it coming. They didn't see Kevin Samuels coming. They didn't see the black manosphere meetup coming. They just didn't. And they tried to scramble and shut it down. That didn't work. So my thinking is, what we need to do is put these ladies on the spot and call it up. Like we at the poker table, call it. All right. So the brothers show up the way you said that they don't show up. Now what? You gonna fall in line now? That means you're gonna fall in line then. Because they say we just reacting to you. Okay, fine. So you're going to react to my leadership. Fall in line. Assume the position. Or admit that you're like Cynthia G and you're just crazy, because I don't get down with bag ladies. She's a 21st century equivalent of a bag lady. We all seen bag ladies in the hood. She's shuffling along with her bags and muttering to herself and arguing with imaginary people and all that. I don't get down like that. So which is it? If you're reacting to what black men do, okay, good. So then now you react to my leadership and fall in line and assume the position. Or admit that you're crazy like her. Admit it. Call their bluff. More brothers need to start showing up in real time, calling these lovely ladies bluff. And then we'll see who's who.
I agree. Yep.
The RX-O back in the building with one more super chat. Says, Theo, do you have any starter classes regarding computer networking, i.e. subnetting networks, assigning IP address, and creating routes on routers, creating VLANs, VLANs, I don't know what that is, on switches? Just curious. And Theo looks exhausted by the question, but go ahead.
All right. So the RX, you're kind of asking a modern military to teach how to use bayonets. They don't teach that anymore. So that kind of job,
it's like a CompTIA. He taking you back to CompTIA or something like that.
I'm trying to be precise yet polite, because he's been polite so far. So I'm not it's not like certain people. I would just start going nuclear over that one. So basically, in the cloud, you have subnetting, assigning IP addresses and routes, and that's what I do. Is I teach it on the cloud. I teach cloud architecture. I teach how to make applications on the cloud. The kind of question you're asking belongs like 20 years ago, or 15 years ago. It's not something that's going on right now that you have to really be concerned about. In particular, the VLANs on a switch. That is that. I mean, I know about that because I'm a CCNP, but that's very old school right now. You're not going to get a job in that. That's not where you go work. No. Stop. Don't even think that way. You need to go into the cloud.
Mm-hmm. Right on. If you are new here, please subscribe. I forgot to say that we had like 460 in here at one point, and I did pick up some subscribers. So if you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button. We do this pretty much morning, Monday through Friday, and every now and then on the weekend. So definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I appreciate each and every one of you in the building, everybody who have supported the stream. I normally do 3 hours, so we probably about to wrap this thing up pretty soon. So actually we'll do last words, and that'll probably take us right into the end of the show. So Theo, you got any final words, final takeaways? I know we talked about a lot, so you could just take it anywhere you want, anything you want to say before we wrap this bad boy on up.
I'm enjoying being here. I'm recovering from COVID-19, so I did have it here. I didn't talk about it because I didn't want it to be drama. So I just kept it on the low down. So I'm recovering from it right now. But I am negative, but I still kind of have it. So yeah, I'm enjoying being here. I want to say this is going to be good for the IT conference. My students that I have right now are very fantastic. I have good, capable students. And even though some are struggling, they all have the capacity and the capability to really advance their careers and make by far more money than they do right now. And I'm very surprised at how easily and quickly people give up on Black men, when in the reality is that they have amazing capabilities, amazing intelligence, and amazing strengths. And all you have to do is work with them on their level, in the way that they are, and they deliver. And I've seen this, again, I'm a teacher. I'm kind of looking at this as a third party, but as a teacher, I'm looking at this every week, and I'm like, wow, I've got some great students. So don't give up. Again, if my students are listening, I'm not giving up on you. You guys inspire me. And anybody else who wants to do this in the future, if I'm your teacher, hey, look, I look forward to seeing you in the future as well. So that's it for me. Good talking to you, Obsidian.
Good talking to you too, man. Yes.
Yeah, and I look forward to see you guys later. I'm out. Yeah. I've been working during this whole time, so I'll see you guys later.
All right, man.
All right. Yeah, and peace, Theo. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it too much either. I mean, I talked about how I was recently sick, and I didn't go get tested or anything. I just laid low and let it blow over. But looking back at it, I am pretty confident that I had it. It felt like regular sickness, but then towards the end of my sickness, right when I started feeling better, it was some stuff that foods that smelled funny and taste funny. They say you lose your taste and you lose your smell.
Right.
I didn't lose my taste. I didn't lose my smell, but it was certain things, fried food, like French fries. It had a weird smell that I can't even describe. And it was just like it was like maybe 2 different foods that just tasted like, that's not how they're supposed to taste. I thought it was spoiled or something. It was a weird thing going on. So I didn't go get tested. I just laid low and let it pass over, because but I'm confident. I'm not trying to make a big statement. I'm not trying to make a big statement about it, but pretty sure I probably got it. I probably had it, but I can't prove it. But so yeah, be safe out there, fellas. Take it serious. That's all I'll say.
Wow. Yes, please, man, because it's Omicron right now. God knows what's going to come down. what's going to come down the pike next. We already seen two mutations, Delta and Omicron of this Rona. I'm assuming there's going to be at least one more before it's all said and done. We lost Uncle Dave last year. That I don't talk about it too much publicly, but that really hit close to home for me. And Kevin had it. Now we know Theo had it. You had. So I don't want to lose any more brothers, man, in the black community this year. I really don't. Please. I know there are brothers who have their views about vaccinations. I'm not here to debate that. I respect everybody's views. I'm just simply saying, if nothing else, please mask up, social distance, sanitation, please.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to lose anybody else, man. I took Uncle Dave's loss pretty hard, man. I don't want to lose anybody else. You know, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't get vaxxed. I don't want to debate that. I'm just simply saying mask up, social distance, and sanitation. Okay. Frequent hand washing, surfaces that you use normally, and things of that nature. I think we all can agree on that. We ain't got to go into the vax debate.
Yeah.
We're not going to that.
Right.
All right. I don't want to lose anybody else, man.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say about this, but yeah, I mean, you said it, so I'm just gonna leave it there. But all right, y'all. Look, I appreciate everybody. Y'all came out hard and heavy today. I might figure out something for tomorrow. I don't know. Don't got no plans, but I don't know because I didn't go on the air Monday, Thursday. I may sneak in a Saturday show. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping you and a big man Ike come back with it because I really enjoyed those shows y'all did together.
Oh yeah, I've been planning on reaching out to Ike. But no, we'll see what I get going for tomorrow, if I get something going for tomorrow. But all right, everybody. Hey, appreciate each and every one of you, whether you like, share, subscribe, or just sit back, chilled, and watched in indifference. I appreciate each and every one of you. We are out of here. Peace.